and we'll see.
That's how we'll
if it
give
goes
out blips
live.
at the end. We'll just do this, and then it's Sahn. He went the highest.
Okay, that looks like it's going YouTube. If you're gonna, there we go. Excellent.
Thinking about it.
All right,
Needs his coffee.
new microphone. First time in D&D. My levels look okay.
Yep. I haven't. It hasn't shown up on YouTube yet. Give me one moment.
New microphone. Who dis?
Who dis?
Eric.
So one thing that's taking some getting used to with this new microphone is the bottom of it has this like giant LED for some reason. That kind of like, it looks like a lava lamp almost. Like there's like swarms inside. So
because a gamer.
So
that's neat, but what if you have that on camera?
I do. It's like right below my stupid face on camera. It looks like there's a portal in my chin to the neon dimension.
You need an orange one somewhere.
So you can disable the LED, but to do that, you have to download their bloatware.
Their middleware, yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I'll just live with the LED. I'm fine.
Is it like IQ or something?
It's whatever they call their...
Yeah.
Their Blue Yeti Genie.exe, or I don't know. But I still have the old Yeti. Like I haven't had the heart to throw it out yet.
Yeah, you had that for as long as I've known you.
God, that thing's
yeah, I've been
through it.
Okay.
This headset
I bought one because of that.
This Blue Yeti is I think I bought one because on Brickroad's recommendation, and it's been a freaking trooper, I'll tell you that much.
My new one is just a smaller version of that model called the Yeti GX. But I think it's built by Blue, but I think it's actually like this one says Logitech.
EX stands for Gamer Extreme.
Gamer Extreme. Extreme. Yeah, it was about the price of the Yeti 10 years ago.
What question? What happened to that snowball you had?
That's been gone for
years
same. And years. I still have mine. It's in a box. I don't throw anything away.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's the snowball went out a couple of years ago, or like 8 or 9 years ago. Feels like.
Yeah, that snowball only worked for me for a couple of years. I have a drawer filled with stuff I haven't thrown out. It's scary, and I can see it. It's in my eye line all the time, and it doesn't close all the way. So there's always just like wires and stuff poking out of it. And anytime I have to go into it, I have to just lift this ball of wires and cords and controllers and nonsense. And then in the bottom of it is all my old technology, old webcams and like Game Boys. I've got the Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen day planner for Game Boy Color down there.
Should turn that on and see if it'll run to 2024.
Yeah, see, it keeps my schedule in order, McDohl. I use it all the time. Of course.
Oh, you do it all? Oh, you do it right now? Okay.
I mean, I've definitely got one of those, though it's not that bad. I have a separate one specifically for my Ethernet cables.
Treble, the problem with the bubblegum industry is that bubble yum just doesn't taste the same as it did. I don't know if they changed the sugar they're using, if they switched to like some of that avocado sugar stuff, or
what the hell are you talking
bubble
about?
yum just doesn't taste the same.
Avocado bubblegum. What is that, a millennial thing?
I could see avocado toast bubblegum.
Why are you eating bubble yum? You're a grown man.
You don't eat bubble yum. You eat bubble.
What else would you do with it?
You put it in your mouth and you chew it and enjoy the flavor of it. That's like 90% of eating.
Okay, explain this to me. We have like the Jelly Bellies, right? That have like 49 flavors. Why don't we have like Jelly Belly bubblegum?
I think that exists. Also, everybody sounds great.
Great. So there's actually an answer to that question. Skittles learned it the hard way. That when you eat, they made gum that looked and tasted exactly like Skittles. Just the texture was a little different. You know, Skittles are like a little bit gritty when you chew them.
Yeah.
And people loved it, but psychologically, all they wanted to do when they had the Skittles gum in their mouth was swallow them. So people were eating the Skittles gum, and you're not supposed to swallow gum.
That doesn't sound like a problem if your product is gum.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're just going to sell more gum because they eat it.
But that's why I guess the market overlaps too much. Like, why are we making candy and gum if all people just want the candy, right? I don't see the upside to chewing gum. I don't particularly care for chewing gum.
Yeah.
Some people are gum people. That's great. Some people are coffee people. That's great. I don't know if they make coffee flavored gum. I'm sure someone has.
Well, I do know that like if you have extreme ADHD, chewing gum can help you maintain focus, and I also know that it helps with oral asphyxiations. Sorry, word. My brain's doing that thing where the word's not coming out right. So, but you know what I mean.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah, I know.
I only share
Listen,
out the
I
links.
just say what my brain tells me to say, and then I hope for the best.
I'm actively avoiding what my brain is saying right now.
That's what we all love about you, Treble.
There's only one way, and that's forward. Just acknowledge the mistakes. Just go. But yeah, everybody sounds fine. Chris in particular sounds better than he has ever. So
Wow.
next week he'll probably be completely silent.
Yeah, Brick's got to fix me.
See, you guys all sound fine in my ear, but I have you all the different volume levels in Discord. Now, if you haven't done this, consider this your PSA for the week, but make sure you go into your voice and video settings and turn down your soundboard volume, because otherwise I'm just going to quack at you all day.
Oh no, I love it.
Why did this happen? Why did anyone let Brickroad find the soundboard button?
There's an air. So okay, I'm not gonna push it, but there is an air horn in
Oh
there.
no, I haven't pushed the air horn yet, but
I don't know. The duck is amusing and cute. The air horn seems rude.
Yeah, no, all of them are kind of rude.
So the only proper use for that is the turtle O-face.
yeah, I do have soundboard for like every Discord I'm in, but
Oh geez, I've never even seen.
Yeah, I didn't realize this was a thing until.
You go in there and look at your Discords because they're probably got some trash in there.
Nope.
The Ship of Arcinian server has like 74 sounds in here.
I can't use any of them because I don't pay.
I can't use any of them. Yeah.
3 of the Discords I have, and again, I can't use any of them. They're just in the list here. But 3 of the Discords I'm in have Duke Nukem's Balls of Steel.
Oh no.
Beautiful.
Oh no, there's an upload a sound button.
Yeah. And you would be able to push it and it would work.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So when we like all TPK at the table, you can play the like Metal Gear Solid riff outro.
Just go black. Just cut the stream. Play it and cut the stream.
There you go.
But there's only one snake amongst you.
Oh no. Let's see. There's only one. Well, that's not true. There's like how many snakes are in the Metal Gear Solid series?
Oh, like
3,
83.
4, 5? 5? There's 5. Does 6? Does Raiden count? Because his code name was Snake before they changed it.
It counted while his codename was Snake.
But the Les Enfants Terribles project had like 7 or 8 clones that all died to give Liquid and Solid Snake
But they weren't snakes
the
at the time.
genes.
Their snake
Does that mean-
designation came later. They were killed as embryos.
Does this, so if
Is the
Raiden
maximum snake count 4? Is that what we get to? 4 snakes?
Yeah, there's
like
4.
active at once?
Yeah.
5
This
if you
is all-
like count Raiden with an asterisk.
This is all
Naked,
fresh in everyone's
solidus, solid and liquid? Is there
Yeah,
any
but-
time that there's more snakes active than that?
No, that's
But
it.
Naked Snake changes his handle to Big Boss, doesn't he?
There's also Venom Snake, I guess, but so there's-
Punished Snake, Venom (punished Snake).
Yeah. That's another asterisk. So that gets you up to 6, and then nobody remembers him.
I remember him. I
What
love
is
that
the-
game.
I'll
It's the
take
best.
I'll take terrible video game twists for 500, Alex.
Yeah, sorry to spoil the plot of Metal Gear 92 or whatever.
That's the plot of Phantom Pain.
Like I think that was a wonderful game that I remember a lot, and it was the best 60% of a game I played that year.
Oh, wonderful game. Love it. Highly recommend it. The story is booty butt cheeks.
I don't think the story is booty butt cheeks. I think the story is just got giant gaping holes in it.
That too.
What's there is neat.
Welcome to our Metal Gear review podcast.
Yeah, we're just gonna.
We're waiting for a certain Canadian to join us so we can all yell at him for being bad at Metal Gear.
Oh my
Yeah, we're gonna make
God.
it. Oh God! Oh, I cannot wait for him to be finished with that project and like just spend like 6 hours just ripping him a new one.
Yeah, I'd like to watch him play the game where, like, the second he's detected, he doesn't just stop playing.
Or she just play on Big Boss,
does-
so that's the
does-
game over.
Does that happen? Like,
Yeah, you can set the big boss setting. Well,
oh no, I was talking
well-
about Buttface, like, actually playing the game rather than, well, I got seen. Shoot me for 30 seconds.
The
Like,
problem with that is in Metal Gear Solid 2 in particular, it's really hard to come back from being spotted. In 1, you can just zone the screen, and in 3, the maps are built for you to be able to hide for a while. But in 2, you're like in these little cramped hallway areas, and there's really not much you can do if you get spotted.
yeah.
So I see where he's having difficulty, but it's funny every time.
It is absolutely funny.
And it's funny because, like, I've been there, like, I've lived it.
Yeah.
So it's not mocking Mr. Not a Butt Face. I mean, it is, but
Kinda, just a
a
little
gentle
bit.
ribbing.
do any of you remember at the end of last session when we last played, I gave you all a homework assignment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I believe
it just
I believe
occurred to me.
I believe Treble had offered to turn in our homework for us.
So yeah,
That's my
he turned it in. I have it here.
Okay, good.
Oh, good, because I don't know what the hell's going on with that.
Oh, are you not talking about the magic item thing?
No, don't worry about what we're
No.
talking about. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there might be some stuff that people wanted to resolve that like hasn't been resolved yet,
Yeah.
like magic items. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
I mean, we probably haven't done downtime here, other than just nebulously, like,
No,
when
you
we
guys. Last week you arrived, and then we only had time to play out the one encounter with
yeah,
Destil's with Sahn's like shooting gallery.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then he won a
That
piece
was
of
real
heart.
He got a piece of
And-
heart.
The piece of heart had a person around it too.
We ended the session with my character looking down into a hole at herself. So
We all agreed on who that was. I don't know if we said it on stream though.
No, I don't think we
so.
did, but I think it's
Yeah.
pretty obvious who that was.
Yeah. Nope, it's actually Nerium.
if it's actually Nerium, that brings forth more questions and is
Oh,
equal. I think
Oh no! You know what that
either
reminded me of?
either outcome is immensely funny.
So when Treble was in charge of like naming all the episodes, there was always an episode called "More Questions Than Answers," and that might be this episode if
Now-
that happens. So I hope it does.
Let me pull back the curtain for you, Raz, and explain why in D&D there's always more questions than answers.
I'm
Because
aware of that, but why is there always an episode called that?
There's a reason that I'm going to tell you, but it's a lie. Because
Oh, you're gonna lie to me on camera.
I'm going
see.
to lie to you on camera. I ascribe to Tolkien's view of storytelling, where in mythologies and world building situations, you should never directly answer a question. Every answer should lead to more questions. That's how you build mystery and intrigue and a feeling of depth and complexity to a world that's supposed to have a lot of history. So, if you feel that way in my D&D campaigns, all that means is that I'm a genius like J.R.R. Tolkien.
Okay, so what part of your compound answer there was the lie, or was all of it bullshit?
No, that was
He's a
all a
genius.
lie. That
Okay.
was
He's a genius.
the reason there's more questions than answers is just it's impossible to answer everything.
Well, that's how that works out almost always, right?
Yeah, in
Like,
D&D, when
as
you're
as
writing
you
stories,
expand the frontier, it gets bigger, and there are more questions.
Listen,
I think. Oh, good.
I was gonna say the airplane that Flumph is made out of the seat area of Brookroot's pants.
Yeah, no, that's basically what I was going to. I was gonna, as Brickard has described his file, his computer file organization system for Flumph in the past, and it amuses me every time he mentions it.
And by that, do you mean the lack of one?
It's just turtles all the way
No,
down.
I have one. I have a
gonna-
folder on my desktop called Flumph 6, and inside that folder is a folder called Flumph 5, and inside that folder is a folder called Flumph 4, etc.
I'm just imagining that one GIF where the guy opens the door with pizza and then everything inside is on fire. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Donald Glover.
That's your folder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can still
Great comedian.
find stuff in there. Like, it's...
I feel like everybody has architecture to some degree like that.
Here's something that happens at least once per campaign. Because I'll put a bunch of story ideas on the table. The players don't go toward all of them. Not all of them stick. Plot threads just end up getting abandoned or canceled. When that happens, I don't have a structure for like retrieving them later. I just write them off. They go into the big bucket, right? But at least once per campaign, and I feel like it's been Destil every time, has like gone back to revive a story thread that I haven't thought of for like 20 sessions. Like, hey, whatever happened to that one NPC you mentioned once all this time ago? I think we should check him out. I'm like, I have no idea who you're talking about. No idea whatsoever. I guess I'll just improv this and pretend like it was planned all along.
Planned since Warcraft 3.
That's just
Gosh, I wonder how many of those we could think up. How many unlinked threads? What about the mind flare on the invisible island we never took care of, guys?
that's just how D&D is sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes. All right. So you guys made it back to the Kovnos. You have your
did.
new awesome toy. Nazir's empire sank into the ocean. That's another trick
I mean-
you have. If you're running a storyline out and you don't know where to, just sink it into the ocean. Just it's gone now. Bye.
Wasn't there 3 of those ships? So only
There's like
1/3 of.
there's like more ships, so they might be out there somewhere.
We don't even know if they're on this plane.
Right.
Nazirr couldn't be fucked if they actually do show up, but
It's fine.
So upon arrival in the Kovnos, was there any like downtime, busy work kind of stuff you guys wanted to get? Some like admin stuff that you guys wanted to get out of the way before we jump into it?
I did want to look for that magic item that I could buy for Nazirr.
Okay.
So I think for the magic item from the loot, I'm just going to take a +2 weapon.
Oh yeah, we probably had to declare
Yeah.
that way.
yeah, that's probably good. Now's a good time to declare that. most
People who
likely.
haven't yet
Who still
done that,
hasn't
yeah.
declared their take from the loot?
I don't think I have on camera because it changed 4 or 5 times.
Let me
He was-
see.
He was messaging me all the time about it. It was so annoying.
No, I messaged everybody. To be fair, don't make this about you. No, I took a belt of Hill Giant Strength.
Okay.
I took a loot, if I recall correctly.
You took a loot from the loot?
Oh,
Yeah.
OT or UTE?
No, a liar. Sorry.
No,
A leader?
neither. Great. You're a liar.
Now you're the
You're an
lying liar
liar.
that plays the liar.
Yeah. I took
The lying
cl-
liar that liars the lie.
Yeah. Yeah. The Cly liar.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take a +2 glaive, and then once I finish Arcana, I'm going to go figure out how to make a headband of intellect. So I could be like Destil.
All right. And what did Benny decide on?
Belt of Hill Giant Strength.
Got it.
I'd like to be able to hit things.
So yeah, you've rescued Nerium from this dirty hole out in the forest where she was being held, and as soon as you dig her up. Yeah, sure enough, you find the scrying sensor that was placed into the earth of her little cell to keep an eye on her.
Mm-hmm.
What? Why the hell are you down here? Who did this to you?
She answers
I
you,
would-
but as she opens her mouth, and man, do I wish I had known about that little soundboard button before this moment. When she speaks, what issues forth is this piercing, staticky sound that she seems to not notice.
I would like to make an active Arcana check to see if there are any spell effects on her.
I was just
Yeah,
gonna
I'll let you
cast
make
Spell
an
Magic.
Arcana check if you want.
So that's an Arcana of 21.
No active spell effects that you're aware of, but there is a slightly different magical signature to this creature than you would be used to seeing from Nerium. Your Nerium, I mean. Yeah, you ask who did this to her, and she answers you, but in so answering, instead of her voice issuing forth, this piercing static effect issues instead.
Let's get her out of the hole first.
Ssah'ra will ask what her name is. Tell us your name.
She recognized us.
Yeah, she crosses her arms. Says, "Ha ha, Ssah'ra. Very funny."
Come on, what's your name?
Can she see Nerium from here?
Yeah.
Okay.
She does,
Why are you dressed
She does
up
not
like
seem
Nerium?
perturbed about that. She actually isn't dressed like Nerium. She's dressed in these dingy, like partially tattered clothes that look very different from what Nerium wears.
I used the wrong word. Why is she taking on the appearance? Actually, Benny takes that back. He could probably imagine why this person has chosen to look
So
like Nerium.
let's not gild the lily here. Who do you think it is?
It's
Nisbeth.
Nisbeth.
Oh, it's Nisbeth.
So you guys think it's Nisbeth down here in the hole. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that colors the scene a little bit.
Or it's me and like time travel's involved, in which that's, like I said, equally funny.
I mean, Benny will just try Dispel Magic.
Okay. Are you trained in Arcana?
Yeah.
Actually, no, this wouldn't matter. Who else is trained in Arcana?
I am.
I am.
Individually, those of you who are trained in Arcana, give me that roll. Benny, go ahead and expend. What level spell slot would you like to expend?
Well, 3. That's the highest I could do.
Okay. So go ahead and expend the slot. The spell does not work.
Okay.
That's
I
an 8.
I didn't think it would, but I mean, we'll check that off the list.
What do those Arcana checks look like?
I got an 11.
8, 19.
I got an 8.
Raz, you can't make this check.
21.
Oh, darn. Okay.
Nazirr got a 21?
Yep.
Okay. Nazirr. Benny steps forth to dispel the magical effect on Nerium down in the hole. His spell works properly, but nothing comes of it. There's definitely some sort of residual magic effect on her. But it's not going to be banished with a simple dispel magic. And you think it's because it's a much more primordial form of magic than the spellcraft you're used to.
Didn't you say last week that she was locked in irons?
Yeah, she is. Just nobody.
Yeah, we removed those irons.
No,
and-
you got
we?
you got to fish her out of the hole first.
Yeah.
We'll get her out of her.
I'll jump down there and like pick the locks.
And she hates this. She hates every moment of this. She just just thins her lips, just fuming. This is the most humiliating thing that's ever happened to her in her whole life.
I'll offer the. Do you want to pick the locks?
Wow.
I mean, just like it's a genuine offer. Like if she would rather do it herself.
Well, the thing is, like, you couldn't if your hands were magical like this behind your back, you wouldn't be able.
Oh,
to
they're
pick them
behind
up.
her back. Okay, all right, got you. All right, never mind. I'm
And
sorry. I was just
she
picturing.
rather
her,
thinks
like,
you would know that, and so you're teasing her now.
I had a me, the player, had a misunderstanding of the.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm not trying to tease her at this
Okay.
point.
Yes.
That's for later.
We'll see how we get.
But do you want me to roll, or do we just need to hand wave that?
No, you can hand wave that. That's fine. You get the lock popped, and you guys pull Nerium and Nerium out of the hole.
Uh-huh. Does she have the tattoo that I have on me? The one from the
wedding.
No, I didn't.
Silver
I didn't
Dragon.
have the silver dragon. The one from because I didn't get that. Like,
Where is it on your body? Is it a?
I forget if
I think it's on your wrist.
I think it's on my on my hand or wrist or something like that. I think it's on the bottom side of my wrist.
Make me a perception check.
Okay. Perception, that is an 18.
An 18. You can't get a good look at her wrist, and you realize after a moment it's because she's deliberately not showing you. Like right now, at present, she's kind of rubbing her wrist because the manacles have come off. And she's trying not to stand too close to any of you, but also doesn't want to be abandoned in this forest alone. But yeah, you get the definite impression that she's trying to obfuscate her wrist from your vision.
Nazir's pocketing those, by the way.
Those are magical, yeah.
No, they're just irons.
How many of those do you have at the moment?
That's not important right now.
5.
All right. I'll just ask her. Can I see your wrist?
She stares daggers at you. Why?
Did you try and kill
Wow.
yourself?
Why not?
She huffs like a petulant child and then thrusts her arms forward with her wrists facing up. And she does not, in fact, have the mark of the silver court on her wrist.
Okay. And then Nerium will like hold hers forward and say, "Alrighty then."
Says, no, you
Not
don't
entirely.
get it. I had it because you have it, so I had it for. And then, it's fucking the silver court. And then the static reemerges from her mouth instead of an explanation of what the silver court had done.
I'm gonna activate a mind link to her and see if I get the same static. Sorry, can you repeat that last bit?
And as it
This
comes,
way?
you know what the best part? The best part of being on my own for that time was not having Sahn in my brain every 10 fucking seconds. Yeah, Sahn, fine, here. And she puts her fingers up to her temple in this really just immature show and mind links you the exact same answer as she just gave. And once again, you get this form of static in your mind instead of the explanation.
So you're saying that, and I'll tell her. So you're saying that, and it's just coming out as static when you speak it out loud.
What do you mean?
Like hissing sounds. Like, I guess static is not a word that exists.
She looks at Ssah'ra.
Yeah.
Nerium, you want to go get a drink?
It's what happens when your psychic connection to something is like bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Nerium, why don't we just go get a drink and leave these people alone?
It's part of
You look like you
part
need a
of the
drink.
magic, isn't it? It's fey bullshit. It's all fey bullshit all the way
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
So if you want, I could offer you some clothes and some, I don't know, a brush.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. Let's start dressing alike, and then we can do each other's hair. And maybe I can get another dragon tattoo. And then we'll do a whole song and dance routine for all of the Kovnos. How does that sound?
Actually,
And
it
he-
sounds like a really good
Bunny
idea.
leans over to Nazirr and says, I don't remember her being this animated.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I don't.
Here's what's here. Me without my divination prepared.
Nerium says that actually does sound amusing as hell.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Why don't we go sell tickets?
Yeah, she's very
mean-
despondent and frustrated. And she seems to be handling the situation very poorly.
Uh-huh.
So it's Nerium.
I don't.
I was going to say
excuse.
it's Tuesday, but
I was gonna say, excuse me.
Benny will chuckle at that.
I don't act like that. Well, the petulance maybe, but like, I don't mind the rest of it.
Okay,
So I have. Okay, go ahead, Brickard.
you go first.
I was going to say I do have something a little more potent than Dispel Magic, but I don't know if it's going to work or not. And it's pricey, so I don't know.
Didn't
if
you
that's
just pass a
going
20
to...
an Arcana check with like a 21?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not sure there's anything you can do to cleave through this magic.
not even Greater Resto.
There's probably nothing to restore.
Fair enough.
So
Yeah,
did you get?
She's fine.
Did you just get like shunted back in time? Is that what happened?
Says,
Can
we
you just like
found
nod?
the 13 things, all of them together, and then static, tried to static, and then the Silver Court got involved, and I was just done. I was so done with all of it, and so I static. Does that make sense?
No, because all of the important bits aren't registering as actual words.
Did you guys has static hunted down the static yet?
We just got back from I don't actually remember which
The heart.
artifact.
We just procured the heart.
And she like thinks for a moment and looks down on her fingers and she counts out.
Giant snakes.
Is
That's
her
only-
count correct?
Yeah, she counts out 8 fingers. That's only 8. Oh no.
Oh, it's future Nerium.
What if future Nerium's consciousness got put in someone else's body?
This is my body, Sahn.
What if that's just a clone from Clone Spell?
I'm not a clone, god damn it.
Yeah, are you sure? Would you know?
If you're really Nerium, you would know how much nonsense we've been into since we
Yeah,
since we
that's
all
why I
joined
tried to get away from you people.
you know all of the nonsense that we've gone through since Captain Eyes invited us to join his crew.
Yeah.
Which which artifact did you stop having fun? Like kind of. So just so I can
Well,
know to like.
Which artifact did you stop having fun?
The first
Still having
one,
fun.
Benny says.
Nazirr looks at
At which
Ssah'ra.
In which case her
Chuckles.
answer is static, because it's an artifact you haven't found yet.
Can you just like hold up a number? Like use your hands.
She tries and her hands get blurred out.
That's interesting.
What's
He
interesting?
can't violate the space-time continuum.
It's your hands went all blurry. Wow.
Ah.
That's a second level spell.
Hang on.
Well,
Nazirr looks very intently at the quote unquote future Nerium, and he's gonna cast a spell on her.
Okay.
Hold person.
You're gonna roll initiative on that then.
Yeah.
Gotta be to 17.
18 plus 1, and I also have advantage. Yeah.
What kind of save is that?
That is a wisdom saving throw, DC 17.
do you want to know what my wisdom save is?
I have a stat block. Don't worry about that.
All right.
It's a fail. So what have you done to her?
Hold person. She is paralyzed for 1 minute.
So yeah,
You
she
have to repeat the save at the end of each round, right?
Yeah.
Gets held. What do you do to her while
And-
she's held?
Nazirr is going to tie her arms behind her back and gag her.
Wow.
Didn't we just
that
set her
happens.
free?
What?
We need to go back to the ship now.
So, Nerium points.
Nerium,
looks-
if you were in this situation, what would you do?
all I know is I'm remembering this if this happens again, and I'm preemptively holding a grudge.
And at
And
that,
she's
the whole Nerium just starts nodding vigorously.
well, at
Yeah.
the very least, we need to get her in some fresh clothes and her hair brushed because, there's a whole thing going on there.
Like a bird's nest happening. There's like twigs and
No, Nazirr is intending to march her back to the to get her back to the deceit.
that's gonna take longer than a minute.
Yeah.
And at the point after the spell wears off, which probably takes, let me just start rolling here.
Some saves, yeah.
You almost get the full minute. My goodness.
Oh.
But Nerium is no match for the strength of this party. So like if Nazirr and Ssah'ra wanted to frog march her back to the Kovnos, she seems very upset about this, but she stops struggling after she realizes it's futile. Nerium,
Mm-hmm.
give me. Oh, you don't need to make any kind of roll.
All right.
Answer me this.
Yep.
If Nazirr and Ssah'ra, for whatever reason, decided to tie you up with ropes and frog march you to a place you did not want to go, you wouldn't stand for that shit.
No.
There's
Why would Ssah'ra do this?
There's like 8 things you could do to get out of that.
Not with my mouth gagged. Like seriously.
So that's your conclusion?
Let me see. Hold on.
Does Misty Step have a verbal component?
Oh,
think it's-
yeah. I could. Hold on. I'm looking through my spells, but without even going in my spells, I have my face step, which just requires line of sight.
I mean, they didn't gouge your eyes out. But yeah,
Let's see.
you think of like ways you could get out of this mess, and she's not attempting any of them.
Uh-huh. Hmm.
Where do you go in the Kovnos? Are you guys just marching straight back towards the jolly boats?
Yeah, back to the jolly boats to get her to the
She becomes more and more agitated as you get to the shoreline. And to the point where you actually get there and you see the silhouettes of a couple of ships anchored out beyond the shoals and the jolly boat sitting there rocking in the tide. She starts vocalizing through her gag.
I'll
Hey,
keep
N- Nazirr.
What?
Nazirr. I don't think. Can you just not for me,
I
please?
I think this woman is not who she says she is, so it shouldn't matter to you, yes?
I mean,
When
I'm
do
not
we
who I
think-
say I am.
When do we think things diverged? Like, hey, other Nerium, is she still gagged?
She's still gagged.
I'll ask her over the mind lake. Hey, other Nerium, future Nerium. Do you remember the target contest in the Kovnos?
She responds, "Not the boat. Please, not the boat." And she's giving you these pleading, like Nerium brand puppy dog eyes.
She doesn't want to be on the boat. We might be able to get more out of her if we tell her she's not going to the boat.
Tough.
Can we just go rent a room and then over there?
Yeah, you could.
Like
You can bring her to our room.
No, here's the problem though is apparently this woman, whoever she claims to be, knows a hell of a lot about what we're doing on board the Deceit.
She mentioned
And-
the 13 somethings.
Yes.
It's got to be what we're going after.
I mean, to be fair, that's pretty common knowledge, is my understanding, that these treasures exist and Captain Eyes is going after them.
Yeah, but the
But
rumor
she
mill
apparently-
about how successful you guys are being is all over the place.
But she's expressed knowledge of things that to be perfectly honest, nobody here should know about. Like the fact that we just got the heart.
I mean, we told her that.
We've all come to the conclusion that this is future Nerium, right? Or is
So-
that
No, absolutely
No, oh,
not.
I don't know. You won't let me talk to her to try and figure that out.
Benny thinks then?
Sahn,
And-
does she have the ability to speak to you over your mind link now that it's open?
Yeah.
Or only respond
Yeah.
to you?
No, she can. Yeah, once I've opened it, it's open until I drop it or we get more than I think 80 feet apart.
Sahn, she tells you that if at any point you had any ounce of friendship for her, you will not take her aboard the Deceit. That's how vehemently she wants to not go on this boat.
Benny doesn't want to bring her on the ship because Tenacity will just throw her in the brig. What does that accomplish?
Okay, fine. Then we take her to a safe house of some kind.
Nerium.
Just bring it to our
Is there a
house.
safe house that's safer than just being somewhere where people don't know where we are? Like, have you been in this city before?
We
Nerium,
take her
give me
to
an
a
insight
take
check,
her to
please.
an in room or something.
I think the rooms in the inn are way more public than just camping out outside of town.
There are places you could go to ground in the Covenants. I mean,
Yeah.
Sure,
these
but
are
like
just-
I feel like one of the Council of Cast is going to know us in any given one of them.
that's possible. That's also possible out in the woods. How did insight go, Nerium?
I didn't hear you say roll that.
Oh yeah,
I
roll
will
an
roll
insight
it.
check, please.
Insights 15.
15. I'm gonna go out on a limb and suggest that you are familiar with some of your own like subtle tells.
Yeah.
At the mention of tenacity, the bound and gagged Nerium, every muscle in her face joins the expression of pretending to not be disturbed by mention of tenacity. The name got to her, but she's trying not to let it on.
Mm.
Okay, fine. We won't go. We'll go out into the woods then.
What I'll do is I'll have you guys give me a amount of coin and gold pieces. I will use that to determine the DC on a deception and a stealth check, and then the results of that check will determine how secret you can keep her in the Covenants if that's your goal.
50. I'm throwing 50 in on that.
I'm good for 50.
How much do I have?
Oh, I need to know how much, like, I'm spending on the other thing.
The other thing's also important. I haven't forgotten about the other thing.
I know that, but
Yeah.
because I can spend. How much would just an auto success be for this Brick Road?
You guys have never done this kind of business before. I mean,
Never done this kind.
I imagine you guys would think like 100 gold could make anybody disappear in the Covenants, but you don't know that for a certainty.
Okay, 250 gold.
So you're putting in 250 on top of the 100 that's already been put up?
Benny put in 50 also. So
Ssah'ra is not
400
putting in
total.
any.
Listen,
400 total. Is what
If
we
this is
said.
me, if this is my, if Nerium thinks this, if there's any chance this is her,
Yeah.
why would she cheap out on herself?
So I should set the DC based on the 350
400.
on 400. All right, so go ahead and
Yeah.
erase all the gold you guys are putting in on this.
Yep.
Yep.
I want one of you to make me a deception check.
Yeah.
Nobody can help with that, and I want one of you to make me a stealth check that nobody can help with. But you can apply bardic inspiration or guidance or whatever else.
Take
I'll-
guidance.
So
You
I can
have
do a
pass
stealth
without
of
trace.
+9 with
that is.
Are we pass without tracing?
You can
I
if
don't
you
know
have
if I
access to
can-
it.
Do I have
I
that
don't know.
prepared? I don't think I do.
Okay, so I can do a stealth of +9 with percentage.
You could take a
wanna beat
bard
that?
die on there.
Is that 6, 8 these days?
8.
It is an 8. Yes.
Okay.
So that would be 13 plus 14, 27 deception.
On
I got
deception?
18
Okay.
on stealth.
18 on stealth. So yeah, you guys do a bit of surreptitious asking around, and you spread a couple coins here and there. The deception is to plant false leads, basically. If anybody asks around why you're spreading this money around, they'll get sent down a rabbit hole to try to throw off anyone on the Council of Cats.
Yeah.
And the stealth check is to sneak whole Nerium into this little safe room. It wouldn't be on this map, but it's close enough to the Covnos that you can make use of all the amenities. And as far as you know, you managed to get her in there without anybody important knowing and without being seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to try and figure out once she's calmed down what the last thing that she isn't censored from. So I think the place to start is if she asks if she remembers the target contest.
Before that, Sahn, point this out. I'm going to point this detail out. I asked her. I forget what the context was now because there was so much going on. But I asked her that she confirmed that Captain Eyes invited us to join his crew. We didn't ever met Captain Eyes. We were slaves in the. We were slaves sold on the bridge city to tenacity.
Well, at least the two of us were.
All 5 of you were.
All
We
5
all-
of us were.
We all were. Okay.
Yes. So whoever this is, she's lying.
Mm.
So
And her expression and her face is not near, and her face is a lie too.
I mean, Nerium like points at herself and says, "I mean, I'm not who I say I am. So, like, what makes you like?"
What do you
Benny-
mean you're not
Benny
who you
looks
say
at-
you are?
Benny looks at
And there's-
future Nerium and he says, "What did you give us for our wedding?"
Did you guys take the gag off? And the ropes and everything?
Benny will take the gag off.
Okay. And is she still bound?
That's up to the rest of the party.
Let's just do a quick vote. There's 5 of you. Can't tie.
I'll untie her.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Okay.
Okay.
So I was
Benny-
confident that if she tries
Benny
to
asked-
So
Benny asks future Nerium, "What
Before
did you
that-
give
I've got
Okay.
something. So Nerium said something to the effect of, I'm not who I say I am. To that, after she's sitting there, is this what it's like? Is this what it's like being around me? I hate this.
If you are in fact Nerium, you would have stopped lying a long time ago, and you wouldn't have to deal with this.
We have something for that," Benny says. "What did you give us during your wedding, Nerium?"
During
To
our
future
wedding.
Nerium. Yeah.
What did Nerium give you further for your wedding?
Well, to the DM, she gave us 5 NQA truth tokens. And Benny's going to pull one out.
Okay.
Does she recognize it?
Those aren't like actual magic or anything, right?
No.
They're
No,
just-
but it is a contract that present Nerium made in good faith.
So
At least as far as Benny is concerned.
she looks like
So
she
this is-
recognizes the little chip, but she says, "You realize that I don't give a shit about that, right?"
Excuse you.
Now Benny definitely thinks something is wrong here. Is
Nazirr
that
gestures,
Something that
gestures
Nerium
like,
would say.
see, this is why I was suspicious.
All right.
Yeah.
Can everybody please step out of the room for just a moment, please?
Benny and
Benny-
Nazirr, will you guys bring me back a tub so I can soak, please?
I'll bring you back a mug of water.
Please
Jeez.
bring
Nazirr
her
walks
at
out.
least a bucket or something.
You
I'll get
guys,
a bucket.
you guys were always
Like-
such dicks. Dicks,
And
dicks,
do-
dicks.
Point
it out.
Dicks all the way down.
What kind
I'll
of
bring you.
what kind of clothes do you want?
Uh,
And a hairbrush.
I don't know what kind of clothes would Nerium want in this situation.
I don't know. Like she's already said she doesn't want any of the clothes that Nerium is actually carrying.
Yeah,
so
she doesn't want to be dressed like you.
I don't know.
I'll go
So-
find some. And Sahn leaves.
Okay.
Silk bathrobe. I don't
Benny
know.
isn't going to leave the Neriums alone together.
I look.
Well, you could like stand outside the door, and so they're in the room together.
Raz, let Nerium deal with Nerium.
Or you can like hide in the corner and try to go invisible.
Are you gonna be okay?
Honestly, you know what? Two Nerium step out into this room. Who knows which one comes out and in what order,
Oh
if
no.
any at all.
Now you'll never know again which one's the real Nerium.
Yes, exactly.
Ah, fantastic.
At least this way, when she's disheveled, we can tell the two apart.
I mean, I literally have a tattoo and she doesn't.
Fair.
We could always cut one of their fingers off, and then we know.
You could give one of them a mustache.
Don't do that. That's not necessary.
The silver quartz tattoo is proof enough for me. Then
I am preemptively holding several grudges now, and I point at Ssah'ra and says, "You do not cut off Future Beast's finger."
Nazirr leaves to go fetch soap, water, and whatnot to
Okay.
let future Nerium clean herself.
So do we want to give Nerium a moment alone with Nerium? Is that happening?
Someone's already
Benny-
left.
Sounds
Benny
like the
does
We're all
not
good.
want. Benny doesn't want that, but at current Nerium's, I'm calling you current Nerium. I'm sorry. At her request, I would.
Okay.
Leave.
So you have a moment alone with the real Nerium then.
I'm confused now. Hold on. Okay. So my character is alone with the NPC potential future alternate version of myself. Correct?
Sure.
All right. Nerium A is alone with Nerium 1. Got it.
Mongoose Nerium.
Benny, if Benny's stepping out of the room, he wants to eavesdrop on this conversation.
Give me a stealth check.
Oh yeah, Benedict's real good at these. Hold on.
Versus her
do
perception.
I need to make a my passive perception?
Your passive perception.
12.
14.
So yeah, you
Oh.
know that Benny is outside listening.
Benny, I swear to God, I swear to whatever Osprey stupid Barracuda goddess you worship, get away from the door.
He never stops trying this sneaky stuff. He always tries. It never works. He clanks around and he doesn't even realize it.
To be fair, this is probably the first time Benny's tried to be stealthy at all. Benny sighs and goes upstairs and is like, I could have been fucking Nazirr.
It's not really on upstairs. You guys are in a shack out in the woods.
Oh, I mean, I assume this is underground, but it might not be.
No, it's just like it's a safe house somebody maintains in the Covenants. It's a shack out in the woods. So,
All right,
Nerium, you are alone with the real Nerium.
All right. Basically, without having to like codify anything, Nerium's just gonna ask her some questions about like childhood and stuff like that. That she doesn't want to like
Is this
be around them.
Is this the quiz? This is the if I answer correctly, then you know, then I'm you.
Is this what it's like to be around me? Because I fucking hate this too.
Yeah, finally we agree on something.
Well, what would you have me do?
As you know, the thing about you is that if you ever in your life make a good decision for yourself, it will be the first time. I speak from authority.
Nerium just shrugs at that. Says, well, can't really argue with that.
But yeah, she'll play ball. And any questions you ask that you yourself has knowledge of, she's also able to answer to your satisfaction. She remembers the shooting gallery. She remembers attending Nazirr and Benny's wedding. She remembers all the other times in the Covenant. She remembers all your adventures.
Okay. Starting from the shooting gallery, just start walking forward with events, and we're going to see how like when the static starts up.
Okay, well, you remember that little pissant static?
No, I don't. There we go. Immediately. Gotcha.
God, you're going to walk right into it and I can't stop you.
Is she laughing or is she crying?
Yes.
Okay.
You're gonna walk right into it, and what can I even? And I know it's not gonna kill any of you, and it's still gonna suck. And I would stop it if I could. Oh no, this is my whole life now. And she starts having a breakdown. That she realizes she's now resigned to this life of knowing what's gonna happen and being powerless to stop any of it.
So the next question I have for you then is, why didn't you escape? Like, because I can think of, like I said, 8 different ways I could have gotten under those ropes.
Yeah.
In a way.
Well, I guess I shouldn't have static. But then something
Concerning.
about hindsight.
Right. Concerning. All right. Well, what do you want to do? Do you, like, first of all, did you have this exact same conversation?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I thought it was Fae bullshit then, and I think that now.
Right. So, what do you want to do?
Take a bath.
Okay.
And not go on the boat.
I take it from your reaction that my constant trying to get into Nasty's pants is a very bad idea.
Well, there is that time that she static. Oh, you wouldn't remember that. That didn't happen yet.
Uh-huh.
Shit, that was after the static.
Uh-huh.
And your friends start to find their way back to the shack with clothes and a wash tub and some other items of necessity.
Well, actual and correct Nerium, and is definitely not Nerium from the future. Are you convinced that this Nerium that is not from the future is actually from the future?
Well,
great question.
She adequately answered every question I posed her about my childhood that I don't want you to know anything about.
Fair.
So... And by all metrics, she's me. And I'm her. And apparently she can't do her anything I can do because of static.
We can't even extract any vague information like time frame.
So like Nerium would have tried this. Like if I ask her a question about like a yes or no question and she like nods yes or no, does it blur her whole head?
So anytime you try to get information from the future, it doesn't work. Now, I prepared for this moment because I know your tendencies, my friends, of trying to skirt around mechanics like this and experiment with the fringes of the rule set. But I want to remind you, I am not a supermortal. I have not actually gone forward in time, run this entire campaign, and have a list of events that's going to happen. So even if you find a great loophole in the mechanics to exploit, you're still not going to get useful information because my brain hasn't seen it yet.
So
No,
that in of itself is useful because I didn't want to leave an opening and be like, well, you just didn't ask about how many X days. And then I'll be like, well, fuck off.
So Sahn would like to figure out if the future, in quotes, is a moving target. If as time progresses, the static barrier progresses. By asking a couple of questions about things that have happened very recently.
It would have to be like within the past couple hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the most recent thing. What's the most recent thing that you guys?
Okay,
got
so first I
static on?
ask if she, who the first person she saw when we came in through that thing that she was hidden under after the target contest. Like who opened the door?
Who did open the door?
I don't remember.
She's able to answer the question correctly.
Okay, and then I ask about who unbound your mandacles when we brought you into the hidey hole.
And
I mean,
she
that's not
notates that the other Nerium had done that.
All right, so the future is it's not a fixed point in time. The future moves with us, so we can ask her questions about the present. I don't know how that's useful.
Who
Uh-huh.
put you down there in the first
I'm going to
place?
put on the table one of you. Because here's the thing, I love time travel media. I eat it up. And I have
Yeah.
great difficulty wrapping my head around it at times.
But
I can actually
oh
push
wait,
that
hold
button
on.
now.
Yeah, where's that button?
I have it turned down. It won't come across on stream. So I will give one of you the opportunity to make, I'm going to call it a DC 30 Arcana check. I'm going to say you can make it at advantage if you're also trained in history.
Well, I am, but I can't hit 30.
Yeah, I can't hit 30 either.
I can get.
Oh, I mean, if Bardic Inspiration. I mean, I am
I got
trained in
+5.
both.
You can
Yeah, if you're trained in both, just take a percentage from me.
And a
Yeah,
bardic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, I need
you
a
have wheel
natural
or
20
woe?
on it.
Hang on, let me roll a d6 before you
Okay.
roll that.
Well, I'm just going to keep hitting R. Well, this doesn't count then.
Okay, let's see.
That would have been 27.
Features is odd, so no, you can't. I don't have anything else to kick into this.
Okay, well, then I will roll this. And come on, big money, no whammies. That's terrible.
It's a whammy.
19.
19.
19.
You're trying to think of this like what Sahn's experiment.
Wait, don't you have advantage? Is that?
I
You
rolled
did
both of
Yeah,
these.
you rolled a 2.
Yep. No, I see.
Oh, yeah, 2 and an 11.
And you're trying to apply your brain to this idea of like what would this person know and at what point in time, and it just doesn't work. You just can't get your head around the concepts involved. Time travel is hard.
Can we ask about past events, the events that are now past, such as who put her in the hole?
I mean, the guys that Sahn beat in the contest put her in the hole.
Yeah.
So, but
Oh, I
where
didn't
did-
know that. Okay.
Yeah, where did she appear? Like, where did you show up at?
So okay, so the spaceman guy, he said it's nothing personal. He had this way of talking that was like offensive and endearing at the same time. Anyway, he told me that he had been hired by Static to catch me as soon as I arrive and make sure that for the first day I was here, I didn't interfere with anything. I wasn't going to anyway. I didn't even want to be at this. I wanted to be somewhere nice. Maybe Varinthia. Wait, no. She counts out her fingers again. Shoot, that was number 9.
We're
Well,
not,
I mean,
so that's information that is that where we're going?
You guys already
Many
knew
was
this. That was your next.
That was
your
that was
next
the
target,
plan. Yeah.
was Varinthia.
to be fair, like at least we have confirmation we don't burn the whole city down.
Yeah.
She says, "I
Yeah,
didn't say
because you
that."
wouldn't want to go back to a whole city that you had burnt down, right?
Yeah.
I'm asking our Nerium.
No, of course not.
Before it was burnt down?
Aaron like looks at you. She says, "Sorry, I'm confused. Like, back up."
Oh, you're confused.
So- What can you tell us about Varinthia as you know it right now? As you know it,
Has Nerium ever been to Varinthia?
No.
No. Then she says she's only been there once, and it was with you guys. And apparently, you haven't done it yet. So if I try to say anything about it, it's not going to matter anyway. You want me to tell you the whole story? I'll tell you the whole goddamn story. I'll make it rhyme for you, Nazirr. How's that sound?
I can't hear the rhymes because it's just going to come out as blah, 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 blah,
And
blah.
she starts talking, and it's just static. And she talks
Wait,
way longer
wait.
than Eddie. She talks over all of you. Just malicious compliance all the way.
I mean, at
Wait,
that point,
can we
Benedict
figure
is
it out
just
by
gonna
rhyming?
leave.
Can we do if the word that it rhymes with, there's only a set number.
The static doesn't rhyme.
Okay.
Sahn.
Can't rhyme the static. Damn.
But yeah, she tells you the whole story of your next fantastic adventure. about the next artifact you're going to collect, and you can't hear
understand
any
a
of
lick
it.
of it.
Wait, Nerium, who dies on this next adventure?
No one.
Well, that's good.
I mean, not any of you guys, obviously. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been there at the static when I was trying to be done with all of this. Ugh.
Nerium, I have a question for you. Why would you ever want to leave me?
I imagine both Neriums just speak up at the same time and say copious reasons.
She looks at you, Ssah'ra. She says, "You are the worst person I have ever known in my extremely long life. And I was a slave in the Shadowed Lands. I lived in a
Hashtag
jar on a
goals.
shelf."
Yeah.
Benny
Nerium
chuckles and says, "Don't hold back now."
Nerium nods her head. She's like, I imagine Nerium has told Ssah'ra this, right? Like she's a terrible person. Like this is not like new knowledge, like of.
So this captain's invitation suspicion that Nazirr has, is that just because you misspoke, Brook Road, or is this
I don't remember misspeaking. You guys started serving on Captain I's ship. I'm not sure what you're referring to.
so no, Nazirr specifically asked her that we had joined the ship at Captain I's invitation, which did not happen. Tenacity bought the 5 of us at the Bird City.
Well, Captain Ice could have told Tenacity to buy us, though.
But
We were invited
That-
after.
that's a nice way of explaining it, though, is that you accepted his invitation. I mean, read into it whatever you want, but
I mean,
this is meant to be very confusing.
Yes,
You're
yes, I
getting
know.
the intended
Like-
defense.
I was trying to catch her in a lie, and Brookroad is just brushing past that.
But it's not my decision to determine what Nazirr thinks is and isn't a lie, is what I'm saying.
I gotcha.
Nerium is a liar.
Nerium is the lying. We Nerium. I apologize, but the 4 of us have kind of gone under the impression that you are indeed the lying liar who lies. But that's why your wedding gift means so much to me. Because the truth is
Aw.
everything.
thank
Oh
you.
my
I like you too.
God. You all are falling for it. It is such bullshit. You're so dumb.
Thank you, Nerium.
How are you, Benny? I get like he's like a puppy man, and he just
He
sees
is,
the
though.
gold in everybody's soul that's not actually there. But Nazirr, you should know better. My heart breaks for you.
That's interesting. Like Nerium is like looking at her, like because Nerium like legitimately like views those the gift she gave her at them as a contract,
Mm-hmm.
and Nerium will not break a contract unless under extreme duress.
Give me, I don't know, what kind of skill check would be involved here? There's not a skill check for unraveling temporal anomalies. Give me an intelligence check. Just straight up intelligence.
Oh well, this is probably not going to work too well. Oh well, okay. On the flash of genius, just a
Oh.
20.
Okay. So there's 2 explanations. Either this isn't you,
Yeah.
or something happens in the future to just dramatically change your outlook on a lot of things.
Right. Do you think Nerium just says, huh. You and I have 2 very different attitudes on certain things, I've noticed. So I like, and basically Nerium will say that. So either something really, really life altering happens that changes your outlook on stuff like that, or you're not actually the exact same person as me. concerning.
Wow, look how she figured that out. Shall we give her a round of applause?
Ssah'ra will clap. She doesn't know what else to do at this point.
So, as far as what I know of what happened before Nerium, the Nerium who, from her perspective, has just returned to us from an expedition in the Far East. Nerium, you made a deal with the Dragon of the Silver Court in exchange for this, and he points to his ear where the stud is.
She's looking at the stud.
Nerium, do you right? I'm just making sure that I have that right down right. Yes.
I remember the deal. It's just that static.
Okay, so things that have yet to happen.
So, I'm going to charge you guys 2 gold pieces per day that you want to keep Nerium in this safe house.
That's fine. As long as she's willing and consenting to staying there.
She seems fine here for the time being.
I mean, if we're paying and then we come back and she's just gone, like,
I would need another day to prepare divination.
Okay, do you want to write off 2 gold and then take the long rest?
Is there any other magic that I could do that would
I would commune with something, or I'd try to. If we take a long rest.
Hmm.
So you're going to take a long rest. It's going to cost you 2 gold because you're paying for this safe house.
Yeah.
You're paying
Benny
for
will pay for it.
silence of it. Okay.
Oh, it's paid.
All right. Do any of you stay to make sure that she doesn't leave?
No.
Nazir's gonna stay.
Benny actively is not going to stay.
I'm going to say if you stay, you're not going to be able to take the long rest because you're going to be standing guard over this
Ah, I see.
forest house.
Sahn can stay.
Okay.
Okay.
Sahn and Nerium are friends. We're still friends because I let you out of the ropes, right?
Yeah,
Didn't get you
sure,
on the ship.
Sahn. Whatever you say.
I want to. We can commune over this long rest, right?
Yeah.
Can I attune to the thither boots and try to do that? Fail.
Okay.
Worth a shot.
No, you can't, apparently.
Yeah.
So, over the long rest, Nazirr is going to prepare divination.
Yes, I am going to drop off Grasping Vine. Yeah.
Oops.
They're basically the same spell if you think about it.
Yeah, that's true.
So I actually got a commune.
With who?
It's my 4.
I do not.
The choker.
Okay. Well, would you like to ask of Katniss?
Is she aware of any methods by which the situation we found ourselves in, with there being 2 of me? Well, actually, let me rephrase that. Does she know of any way to determine the origin of this other Nerium and possibly send her back?
She does not. Her only advice in a situation like this, if there are 2 of the same people, one has to kill the other.
One has to kill the other.
Otherwise, a lot of problems just start up.
Yeah.
That's what she would do if there was another succubus named Katniss running around.
Gotcha. All right.
Sahn has procured the most un-Nerium-like clothes that he can for Nerium.
Okay.
Nerium Prime.
So what kind
so
of
I'm
clothes are we
guessing,
talking?
like, Treble, help me out here and let me know if this is right. Like, large, flowing, not particularly, like, flattering, like, green and white robes. With a very, like a hood. Is that something Nerium would ever wear?
Not really, no.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Hoods in this weather?
And by the time you guys reconvene the next day, at this point, she's bathed and dressed up in these green robes. And at some point during the night, she kind of jaggedly, with a dagger, cut through most of her hair, so it's very short.
Interesting.
Do you have your magic, Nerium? Are you still a capable fighter?
Wow. Sahn, when was I ever a capable fighter? Ever. And she
you
starts
become
listing
Make
off.
things dance to your mind.
She
It's
starts
great.
listing off all the encounters that she spent just kind of standing in a corner watching you guys do all the fighting.
Remember that one time I
Occasionally
got
aided us.
petrified?
As far as her
Miriam's
magic is
like-
concerned, for that she would have to static. And she can't static ever since static.
Hmm.
Okay, so I am going to cast a divination, light the incense, and consult with the constellation of the pattern that is formed as the wind blows over the sand.
Okay.
Because she delivers the light of knowledge to the ignorant. And let's see, let me just pull up the spell again real quick because I have a sieve of a brain here.
Mm-hmm. So what question do you ask of the pattern? You ask a single question concerning a specific
Yep.
goal, event, or activity that you're going to do within the next week.
Okay, because all right, so we're gonna buy into future Nerium's story that she was sent back to here for a specific purpose. She wanted to, or something, either something sent her back here to this point this point,
Mm-hmm.
or she herself willed it so.
So what was the question?
What's going to happen within the next week that would force Nerium to send herself into the past?
So you're working under the assumption that she traveled back in time at some point in the next week? Or you're just asking if the catalyst for that happens within the next week?
Yes.
Because that's all you can ask about. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is that you're looking for patterns where none exist. You're looking for purpose inside of whimsy. That the wind itself can look purposeful if you stare at it long enough, and therein lies the folly at staring at wind.
Nazirr finishes casting the spell and he sighs really loudly. It's got to be something to do with the Feywild again.
Congratulations, Brooker, on that answer of very flowerly responding to Wendy's natural response of it's a skill issue.
Well, it says I can give a cryptic rhyme, but like I didn't have time
Yeah.
to develop a rhyme.
No,
Like,
that's fair.
I could type that into ChatGPT and be like, "Hey, make this rhyme." But ChatGPT is really bad at rhyming.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair. But no, Nazirr sighs and says, "It's got to be something to do with the Feywild, and I'm horribly inexperienced in matters of the Feywild."
Well, why don't we just take her along with us until something catastrophic happens?
Are you having this discussion with an earshot of her?
Yes.
Nope, 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 nope. She puts her hand up. Nope, nope, nope. Not doing that.
What,
listen,
you just want to wander off on your own?
So like and like
No
She would have
dungeons.
done that already.
No monsters. No artifacts. No Feywild bullshit. I'm retired. I'm out.
No, you're not. Sorry.
do you want to
Did you have plans for your retirement? And I asked both Neriums about this, actually.
She set up a 401g
Wait, what does the G stand for?
GP. I don't know.
Wait, I don't know. I don't know what the K stands for. Shoot.
Electrum.
No, Nerium, the real Nerium, adamantly says under no circumstances will she go adventuring. Not happening.
the real Nerium says that.
Oh.
That's Treble, you're a clone again.
Past stupid me can do whatever she wants. I guess that's fine.
Wait. Is there a causal link? Like, if I were to, I don't know, scar past Nerium here, would that scar appear on you?
Do not.
If you
Benny
touch
says.
me, I will make you regret it.
Nerium,
Well, if we want to see if it's the same person and they're temporally linked,
Nerium, I'm going to mind link you a number, and I'm going to ask future Nerium Prime the same number.
Okay. What number do you mind link to Nerium?
I know Sahn is brilliant, but please don't say pi.
Okay, I have the number.
Well,
I guess you have to telephony that to Brick Road. I guess this
All
is
right.
ultimately way more
the first
complicated
question
than I need.
is, like, is Nerium paying attention to this?
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, she's able to accurately say the number. I remember the stupid number. This is gonna
It
take
is
so long.
It is a
isn't
very stupid number, Son. I'm sorry.
867.
Well, that way you'd remember it.
is it 69?
I did remember that it was stupid. Yes, I didn't want to say it at the time. 'Cause I
It
was
is not the sex number.
Is it 42?
No.
I figure
It's
if
a
it gave you a stupid number, you'd remember it. For the stupidity.
What
So-
other dumb magic experiment things do you guys want to do?
Hey, can I ask the
we've
obvious question?
verified this enough.
Why do we even care about this? Like, okay, let's assume that she's from the future. So what? How does this impact what we're currently planning to do?
Well, when we first encountered her, she seemed very insistent that we abandon some course to be determined. And
Does she? I
can't tell
think
us
she
what
just
that
seems like
is.
she's pissed off.
I'm pretty pissed. Wait, hold on. She holds up a hand. Wait.
Still pissed?
Then there's a knock on the door of your little shack.
Then you'll
Nazirr
answer it.
draws a dagger.
And she motions to the door like she knew somebody was going to knock there. There's no need for a
Ah.
dagger. It's your blind friend guy.
Then you'll open it and say, we were expecting you.
Harashib is there.
I think.
You weren't, actually, because he hasn't been a part of any of this. But you had discussed going down into Merling Sam's
Yes.
dungeon and taking him along. But you haven't been in town. Most of you haven't been in town for 2 days. You've been kind of skulking around. So he started looking into it. And he managed to find the hideaway when nobody else could. This seems like a pretty good time to share with you Harashib's stat block. That seems like it's going to be coming into play here.
Perception, 9,000.
but not with sight.
No. He just smelled Nerium.
I did have to compress. Monks have a lot of dumb stuff to try to squeeze into
They
one
do.
step. So
This is in this one.
I tried to compress his various types of key power strikes. And I also, in order to keep the bookkeeping down, I went ahead and just tied his psionic spellcasting directly into his key points, which is not what you would do if you're playing a Githzerai monk. But I figure that'll be easier for you guys to keep track of just key points rather than key points and spell charges.
Trying to
That's cool.
trying to identify what kind of monk he is.
He's not any. I didn't give him any particular subclass. As I was putting the stat block together, I kind of realized that the combination of his stuff from being a Zerth and his stuff from just like the base monk was already good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, he's a basic monk, but he can do some cool stuff with his key points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Nazirr puts the blade away, and he frowns. How the hell did you find us?
And the man's blind, and he has a blindfold tied around his head that he's been wearing the whole time he's working on the ship.
Yeah.
It just says that everyone leaves trails if one has the wisdom to see them. McDohl, you might get a kick out of Rashib's alignment and ideal and flaw up there. If you don't,
Yeah.
I'm going to call you out as a fake fan.
Yeah. No, I get it.
It's like his alignment reads, "The light in my eyes has faded, but the light in my soul continues to shine."
Yeah. No, my brain locked on that, and I'm like, I know that from somewhere, and then
Yeah.
I realized where it was.
My brain immediately went there when I was coming up with his traits, and as soon as I got that first one, I'll just make all of his stuff Suikoden references.
Yeah.
His ideal reads, "A blade doesn't need a fine lineage, it just needs to be sharp."
You guys are nerds.
And his flaw
You're a
reads,
nerd.
"To be free means wandering a giant cage with an invisible leash around one's neck." Yeah, so Rashib he's basically asking if you guys are going to do this dungeon delve or if we're on to this now, and he motions to the person in front of him, and you realize he can't see who's there.
Rashib, we're in a. We've discovered something very distressing, that we have two Neriums.
Ooh, Rashid, do you see any difference between the two of us?
Yeah, do they smell the same?
He can't see them.
Do they smell the same? Do they feel the same?
And he's not going to put his hands all over these women without their leave.
Oh, okay. Thought you could do some mystery.
He's a Githzerai, not a bloodhound.
Nerium, give him permission. Let him touch you.
No. Just no.
Okay, Nerium Prime, what do you want for your retirement then? Do you want to live out here in this little hidey hole in the Kovnos? Go somewhere else?
I want every piece of gold that I've invested into this crew paid back with interest. And then I want to use that to buy or build a secluded manor house on some Southling Isle that never has any trouble ever. And I'm going to put big signs every 8 feet that says no Fae bullshit allowed.
Yeah, that's not the real Nerium. She doesn't actually care about gold.
As long as you have the riches, there will be pirates that are going to come for that money.
Nerium, does that sound fun to you?
Why don't you just go home?
She like stares daggers at you, just glares.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Leave that hanging.
But in the short term, like, she's not going to go running around the Kovnos. She
Yeah.
doesn't want to get picked up by Static. She doesn't want to have any dealings with anybody in the Council of Cats. She's not going to go off into the wilds on her own. And even if she could breathe underwater, she wouldn't want to try to swim away. So she's like stuck here for the time being.
Great.
Does our little
Stay
hidden
here.
flop house have like room and board? Like, can we pay up for her to be here while we're out in the dungeon?
You guys are paying 2 gold per day that you want to keep her here.
Okay.
And yeah, there's amenity. Like, you have to bring supplies in every few days if you were just going to leave her here. She's kind of in a Walter White situation.
Sure.
I will go ahead and just cover 10 days just out of just for safety's sake.
Okay.
And say, okay. Here's what's here. Now, do you want us to keep your existence a secret from, say, the crew of the Deceit?
Well, she
We
definitely
already-
doesn't want you to mention anything to Static.
We need to make
that would
sure
go
she's
very
kept
We didn't
badly.
get that one.
Well, we need to make sure she's kept secret from the golden lion dude whose name I forget.
Oh, that
Right.
I forgot about that guy. Oh, he sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Golden Claw.
He sucks, but he's an idiot. I don't.
The misspent youth, I see. Yes, of course, it's all tragic and whatnot.
No, you guys, if you're gonna go have fun in your dungeon delving, and I guess it doesn't even matter if I tell you about the big twist in the dungeon when you guys static, and it turns out that like static would have been a lot easier if you hadn't static, but you already did. So yeah, have fun.
Time is a river, and all that you have done, it seems, is just pick up your stone and throw it further up the river. All it does is make ripples, but nothing more, it seems.
No, Nazirr, if time is like a river, we're all just peeing in it constantly, every day.
Yes, I mean that too.
Oh, no wonder I feel so pissed about all this, Benny says. And takes
Is that
Why
away
am
what
the-
I always so warm?
I was about to say, was that what that warm feeling is?
So, with some reasonable assurance, Nerium is not going to vanish out of the safe house while you guys are dungeon delving.
I also do not appreciate that she's Nerium Prime.
Well, that's just how it goes.
She's older than you.
That's the more convenient mathematical notation. Sorry.
Yeah, she's the derivative.
Further along in the timeline. To her, you're the anomaly.
Yeah, but her opinion doesn't matter.
Maybe we could reach out to that Fatal Lord Schrodinger.
Fully
Oh,
expected
that's who's
that-
in trouble.
I was operating under the presumption for the last 2 weeks that this was absolutely Nisbeth disguising herself
Do you know that it's
as
not?
Nerium.
It's a hell of a disguise.
It's a hell of a cover story.
That's not Ned Flanders. He's done his homework.
So, any prep work you guys want to do for your probably final excursion down into the tomb?
Let's see. Do I want any other spells right now? Anybody got any requests?
Something to heal us at some point.
Wonderwall.
That's you. You're the bard around here. I could go with the old Osprey classic Insect Plague.
I feel like every bard has a pocket Wonderwall.
Yeah.
It's just mine. You never know when you're going to need it.
If we're just walking to the dungeon and then like Nerium like busts out Stairway to Heaven. She gets bored.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second. I'm back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take Hold Person. I'm gonna take.
What
else?
spells do I bring to an actual dungeon?
My spells are already prepared.
Dang.
Get on my level.
Well, that's because you
You're not as versatile as a lot of us.
No. Skill issue.
More like butt issue.
I feel
for
like
you.
Treble just learned that phrase and now he's using it.
He's gonna throw it everywhere.
Yeah, no, pass without trace sounds good.
Yeah, I think my spell set's
I
good.
use the phrase skill issue every day at work.
You sound like a lot of fun to work with.
Oh man, why is this not working? Can you help me? Skill issue, and then you just close the ticket. Like, is that? You probably get a lot done. But
Wow, you've closed 318 tickets today. That's very productive.
Yes, congratulations.
so I see here on your performance assessment, it just says skill issue LOL. Can you explain?
We're giving you a 15% raise.
Skill issue.
All right, so everybody go
yeah,
ahead
no,
and take the benefits of the
I
long
am
rest.
I am spello prepped.
I'll just hit the long rest button again.
Do you guys let Sam know that you're heading back down into the dungeon?
Yeah.
Has that been standard protocol? Is like, hey, we're doing your dungeon. Like, I don't actually know.
Seems like
Seems
the
that way.
reasonable thing to do. It's only polite you let a man know you're going into his dungeon. I mean, it's not his dungeon, like he doesn't own it, but
Yeah, I mean, we are
Okay.
going through his front door.
All right, so we're all going to be ready when the kobold gets ready with a flaming bag of poop underwater, right? We're all
So
ready
we
for
can
that.
avoid that.
How are we going to avoid that?
We have like a mass invisibility spell or something.
No.
Pass without trace is about the best we could do.
Yeah.
Does invisibility work underwater? Like, you could still see, like... I mean, I don't know.
so
the best I could do is
that's
just make
an
Sahn
awesome
invisible.
question. But the invisibility spell specifically, or the invisibility condition rather, specifically says you cannot be seen.
Regardless of what medium you're moving through. Okay.
Impossible to see without aid of magic or special sense. So my assumption is that even underwater or in some other medium.
Okay.
But if you were like, say, bleeding, a shark would be able to smell you with that, right?
Right, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Or
only
if you were
invisible to
splashing around,
sight. You're
yeah.
impossible to see. You're not impossible to hear.
Yeah.
This is why Benny and I keep having this argument whenever I have him make a perception check, and he's like, "Should I add my sight?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Should you?" Because he's not.
No, I'm
supposed to
aware.
know.
I'm aware that sight isn't the only sense. It's just that I want to use the tools you've given me because they're fun.
I am
Why
already
do you hate fun?
I am already pre-docking a 3rd level slot for the water breathing for the party.
Okay. What do you mean hate
Oh,
fun?
yeah,
I
we
gave
do-
you guys a
we do
second
need that.
Nerium. What's more fun than that?
Well, I mean,
Fun
water breathing
shall not
is.
commend.
You don't have to do that. Water breathing is a ritual spell.
Yeah.
You are correct, and I wish I knew that.
You can
Sounds
cast
like
it.
Never mind.
I'm not gonna
Roll
make
spell.
you strike the
Uncheck
slot.
that box.
Non-cipher.
Yeah, that's what
bonus.
I'm doing.
All right. Then I will load up.
There's so much in this Covenant that I want to chase down, but we don't have not spend enough time before more bullshit just happens.
Every time you guys go back to town, it's like there's more bullshit.
Yeah.
Most of it is Nerium's fault.
I'm gonna hold on. Let me change my color here. So I
Oh
can-
wow. Okay, I forgot. We got this
Snorks.
Right.
So this looks correct. I've got this. Yeah, you guys have not visited the rooms that are still blacked out. Good.
I don't believe so, no. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
this
did.
looks right. Because this
we
is
had
the
the
last
fake-
thing we did.
Yeah, we had the fake trident over here. There's guardians of some kind I can't recall. There's also one in here that I fell into, or over here rather.
Yeah, there were the crocodile people.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
just a reminder, you guys can take short rests in this dungeon, but not a long rest. The idea is
Correct.
that you're doing this on your own time, and you've already wasted most of your leave with this whole time travel shenanigan. Skill issue. That's on you.
So were we not able to do any downtime at all?
No, go ahead and complete any downtime you wanted to do.
Well, I wanted to find that magical item.
Oh my goodness, that's gonna take a week.
I'm aware. That's why I've been trying to do this.
Okay. Well, you can resolve 1/7 of it. You had about one day.
I don't actually know what I do for that.
Okay, well, we'll say that you didn't have enough time to. You went into the Covenants with the intention of doing something like that, and then things got out of hand very quickly.
A
Okay, well,
Nerium happened.
Running out
Yeah.
of time.
everything is just coming between him and his husband.
You're leaving
So
the
Benny-
park, and now there's
this
not time to
entire-
get in line.
This entire shore leave has been a waste of time.
Right. And it's Nerium's fault.
It is Nerium's fault.
So, traveling out into. What color should I give you for Rashib?
I repurposed the Ronald token down here.
Oh, okay. Well, you enter from this side of the cave.
Yeah, 'cause we're about to have Trash King Kobold have us give us another spanking session.
Is this
Trash.
him
We
right
are-
here? I assume.
We are
Oh, we
fully
see.
expecting him to be attacking us.
Yes.
We still have Wally the Walrus here.
So, what do you guys?
All right.
It was a walrus last time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well,
No.
that was very
First
long
time was a
ago.
walrus. I forget what
The
last
first-
time was.
Yeah, but Benny will lead the way.
So, as you
So no
recall,
one in this party needs light this time, right?
No, I think we still do.
he has blind
Why?
sense out to 10 feet.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't need light.
He's also blind. He couldn't see anyway.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't need light.
Oh, so you're trying to be sneaky boys, huh? Who's gonna cover Rashib?
So, the first question is: are you coming in low tide or high tide? 'Cause remember, that makes a difference in this room.
We've always done high tide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Low tide.
Why buck with the tradition? Let's go high tide again.
Entering the room. Go bright red. And massive. With a commanding presence over the center of the room.
Giant enemy crab.
Literally exactly that. A gargantuan crab monster. The shell, just the shell of it that you can see for now. Sitting in the center of the room. There's no passage through this room. You guys are going to make it to the water lock at the other side, if you recall. There's no way to get there without going through this thing's apparent reach. But right now, it seems retracted into its shell and is inert.
Well, Benny's gonna examine it
God damn it, Benny.
From back here.
from back here.
Okay.
Like, where would he visually attack this thing if he had to?
Give me a nature check.
Yeah, it's definitely Nazir's doing. 2.
You can see which way the creature is facing, but you cannot see its eye stalks from this direction. So either it's not, quote unquote, facing you, or you would need to be able to see smaller details, which means a light source.
Can Ssah'ra and Nazirr check?
Not from behind the counter. You guys barely see it from there.
Well, we'll get up there.
Well, you're not there.
Hold on.
What was I doing? I was doing.
Give me one sec. Where's that spell? It takes verbal components. Can I cast past that? Yeah, I can cast past that trace, can I? Well, it takes concentration, but move. Oh yeah, no. I can cast because breath does water breathing does not take concentration. So yeah, I will cast past that trace on the lot of us for an hour.
Okay.
I'm gonna take an action to make my carapace match the coloring of the tunnel,
Very good.
so I have advantage on stealth.
Can Ssah'ra see which way this crab is facing, or where its eye stalks are to attack it?
Do you have a light source?
No, I got nature.
Well, that's what the nature check told him, is he can't tell which way the crab's facing. You're not sure which opening you're looking into.
Well,
on
that's
the
what the
side.
nature check told him. But does it tell me anything different?
No, it's the same exact check. If you have a light source, I'll give you more information about this creature at that distance.
Benny, you don't get to roll nature checks anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry that I have bad dice.
Isn't that the pot?
How was I supposed to know it'd be a nature check? Maybe it was going to be religion. Maybe this is a sacred crab. Like, who the fuck knows? Get off my case.
All right. Well, everybody's got to pass without trace. So let's see if we can't just sneak by this giant enemy crab and avoid even attacking its weak point for massive damage.
Sneaking. Always the sneaking. Should I just go first so that we can get
Yeah.
a failure out of the way?
Be the human shield you were born to be.
Yeah, right.
Ye-
If someone's going to wake it up. Yep, there you go. Natural 1. I have
The lawful-
11.
Husband, you have a bonus. You have a bonus of plus 10
Yeah.
on top of
Plus 1 plus 10 is 11.
Nerium,
Yeah.
you're back there
So I
watching
get about
betting.
this
You're like,
fuck.
holy shit, he is terrible at that. He even has magical help. How did I not notice how bad he is?
So I probably get this far before I like trip on a rock.
I mean, my passive perception is 10, so as far as I'm concerned, he's gone.
Oh,
So no,
sweet.
you start sneaking into the room. There's no change in the monster in the center of the chamber.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm just gonna continue.
Okay, you continue around to the side of the giant crab,
And you can just stop me whenever.
Is
Whenever I
anybody
wake
going
it
with
up.
him?
and you guys watch as Benny disappears.
I'll go
around
with
the
him.
No,
giant
I'm
shell.
going with him.
Okay.
Sahn gets a stealth of
19.
30.
Oh shoot! Okay, I lied.
8,
It's, I don't
30,
have an
29,
11. I have
29.
I have a 10.
You got a
So even
29.
Sahn sees me.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, 18.
It's a 27.
you're sneaking up and around. I'm pretty sure
And then-
Rashib is trained in stealth.
Okay,
Looks
who-
that way. Who's gonna
Pilot
cover him?
is-
I asked him this before. Nobody answered. So I guess I will.
I can do it. It's been a while since I drove one of them.
Okay then.
You'd rather-
Everybody else roll a d20.
Didn't I do it last time?
Sure.
we can say you did, sure.
13.
That's a 19. Let's get all my good rolls out of the way now.
Oh, I got a bad roll out of the way. That's a 3. So I'm in charge today.
Okay. Yeah, you guys get to the edge of the cave.
Can Ssah'ra start to climb the cave?
Well, you swim up to the top. Remember, then there's like an air bubble, like an air pocket,
Yeah, this
Yeah.
thing.
even at
Okay.
high tide.
It's our kobold friend
Yeah,
there.
she's gonna sneakily go up and see what's there, I guess.
Okay. And yeah, it's empty. There's nobody up here.
She's
Is
gonna
the
sneak around.
is the what you call it, the magically smokeless campfire still here?
The remnants of a campfire are. And the remnants of it look identical to a standard campfire, which you know would not be possible in this space.
Just out of curiosity, Benny is going to check this to see if it was used recently.
It's going to be an Arcana check, Benny.
I don't know. Hold on. Before I roll this, Ssah'ra, do I have permission to make a check?
Wow.
No, I think Destil should do it.
Well, I'm the one examining it. Oh, god damn it. 6.
6? Hard to say. You know that an actual fire hasn't been started here because there's not like ash and soot. But as for the magical blue fire, who knows? Or was it green? Might have been
Yeah.
green. It's a green circle. Yeah, and you guys
I
just walk
don't
around the
remember
crab, and the crab doesn't even move.
Maybe someone should go check and see if it's alive. What if somebody else is in here and they killed it on their way in?
You know, what I want to know is how did he get in here, this poor guy? Like, he can't... He's just... This is where he lives now, poor thing.
Magic. The kobold's really cruel about his magic and
That-
summoning.
True about every Zelda boss room.
Can, like, you flip the token sideways and, like, roll it out?
Roll it and kick around that corner.
He just cast a spell to make it smaller. It's
It's like
fine.
trying to move a couch into the back bedroom.
I
Yeah,
mean,
let's keep going, I suppose.
Okay, so you enter the water on the other side, down the other side of the cavern, and this part of the cavern is very, very quiet. Nothing happening at all here.
I don't remember what this was.
Doesn't matter because it's gone now.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, Benny will go this way. I guess he's still trying to be sneaky for all that that's worth.
Nerium, he's trying, and it's just it's offensive at this point. It's just more and more like the more you see it, the more you can never unsee it.
It's like we're underwater. How is his armor making that clanging noise?
It's like the water
Have you-
temple with iron
Have you
boots in the
never?
water
Yeah, I was
temple.
just gonna say that. Have you never played Ocarina of Time and put the iron boots on underwater?
Listen,
Water just
Nerium-
makes sound carries better underwater.
Yeah, things are louder underwater.
he a heavy clonk boy. And you guys head down into the ruins section of the temple,
Oh, I guess it would be here, but
which is mostly the way you left it. I'm not going to put new stuff on this floor. In fact, I don't even remember what all was on this floor, and I don't even have the note page for that open. So don't try to do anything.
And then we
on this
have
floor.
a thing that we go wee down into this hole, which takes us over here.
so we go down the stairs, right? Like this.
Got a gravity reverse on this side that
Yeah,
right,
there was a
yeah.
gravity reverse.
Yeah, we still have to do that. And
It's
you can
really
like
weird.
walk up the walls now, so I feel like that's where we want to investigate first.
When you guys get into this room, because remember this first chamber was very, very high, and it had at least 2 levels
Yes.
of elevation where you had this bridge. Dangling from the underside of the bridge.
Is it the kobold? Please be the kobold.
In a gibbet is a very hard done by, badly bruised, stripped down to his skivvies kobold, curled up, sleeping in the bottom of this gibbet.
Raj just turns to Nerium and goes, "Yes."
So let's
Benny,
I'm gonna-
Benny is a move.
I'm going to open up a telepathic link to him and ask what happened.
that's an excellent question to ask for when we come back from our break. So why don't y'all go ahead and get your coffee, get your bagel, and when we come back, we will see if maybe it's not the same kobold. You guys would. How would you tell one kobold from another? None of you would know.
Listen, there's only one kobold who hangs around here.
There's only one kobold in the campaign so far. Let's be honest.
Maybe
Rick,
he's in
I'm
there
out
because
of
that's the only
bagels.
safe place.
I don't know how to rectify this. Like I had my last bagel yesterday.
Oh no. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
another one.
you could just. Sometimes I just eat a sad piece of white bread all by itself.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so go ahead,
Go
get
find
your
something
coffee.
else.
Everybody but Destil can get your bagel, and let's
Yeah.
reconvene here at about 4:20.
Okay, I might have over bemoaned that because I do actually have half a club sandwich I didn't eat yesterday for lunch. It's not my bagel, but
I'm eating
Club sandwich
almonds.
is still nutty.
I get snacky foods until we're done.
I want ramen.
this sandwich might somehow be better than it was yesterday. I don't know how that happened. Maybe the bread softened up a little.
Well, some foods do that. Most spicy food that I make tastes better the second day.
I'm looking at this fiesta party and despairing. I don't wanna.
Mine's so boring. Oh my god. Did I mention what mine? Yeah, I mentioned what mine was. What did you get, Trouble?
Red mage, blue mage,
That's right.
berserker, and mystic knight.
Yeah. Mystic Knight is fun.
That's kind of why I've stopped doing the 4-job Fiesta, is because every combination to some degree fills me with dread or boredom. Like,
I'm gonna have fun with Beastmaster. I've done it before with Beastmaster, but like Beastmaster Berserker, that sounds like a fun world one.
I feel like I've done everything that I can get out of the Fiesta.
There's still a bunch of jobs I haven't gotten. Excuse me.
I fucking never get ninja.
I've gotten every
We got-
job at
I've got-
least once.
I've gotten ninja before.
I feel like we had ninja last year.
Oh, you're right. We did. Okay, I finally got ninja. That's right, because I wasn't thinking about because we replaced the party I actually rolled. The job fair. Okay, I have done every job at that point then. Probably never done mime, actually. No,
We
I did mime once. Yep.
We did mime. In fact, I think we
I've done
rolled away.
freelancer.
We rolled away mime to get ninja.
Yeah. I've done freelancer.
Because Brick Road's like, oh, boo-hoo, mime.
Mine's bad.
It's fine.
It's bad.
Mime is not the worst job in the game.
I will admit that World 1 Chemist is worse
Berserker.
than I argued. Like, I will admit, I've learned my lesson. Chemist is pretty shitty in World 1. The instant you can buy drinks, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fair.
We
It's
didn't.
fair to be upset with Chemist for World 1.
We didn't.
100 HP potions. It's not terrible, at least.
We didn't job fair away mime for ninja because we ran that party with mime and ninja.
Was it? Okay.
We might have
yeah,
had
yeah.
multiple mimes.
Mime,
No,
ninja,
we only had
ranger,
one mime.
beastmaster. Last year
What
we
was-
did thief, ranger, samurai, and bard.
Okay. I don't remember. Let's see. We could I could probably look at the thread and we could figure out what we had originally.
I didn't make a note of what we had originally, but I've had samurai 5 times and ninja
Nice.
4 times. Oh, I've never
Nice.
had summoner in a fiesta party ever.
Yeah. Me neither.
I have asked the guy that runs it multiple times if he could build a rule set that prioritizes jobs you've never gotten, and for some reason that seems to break the spirit of it.
Why?
I'm like, I thought it was about discovering cool things about the game you've never seen before, buddy.
He doesn't seem like a very approachable guy.
No, he plays Legacy.
I mean, just I don't know that like at all, but just I've seen him on social media and stuff, and he just doesn't seem like the kind of guy who he's in his own little world, and you just leave him
Yeah,
there,
he really is.
and that's fine.
Like I had to for like 2 years I was like subscribed, followed, whatever, the Gilgabot
Yeah,
account, and I had to stop because he made it to where Gilgabot retweets everything he posts on his personal Twitter. And I was
Mhm.
like, nah. And he posts like a bunch.
like not getting into any of the actual substance of his posts. It's possible to post too much on any topic.
Oh yeah, I've
Yeah.
definitely had people that I've stopped, that I mute, that I was originally following just because they post too much.
Right. It, like legitimately all I wanted, like I followed the Gilgabot thing because that's right after he started doing the extra credit
Yeah.
stuff. And some of them I was like, oh, I don't want to do that one. I want to do that one. I don't want to do that one. And then like, yeah. And then I basically haven't done any single one of those extra credit ones since then because I never know when they're happening.
FF6 was fun, but I still maintain they should have gotten 1 Esper per job, or per character.
That should be a setting in Worlds Collide. It would functionally just like give every character random spells.
Thought they already had that where you like certain characters could only equip certain espers.
You can't limit how many espers though. It kind of divvies them up evenly amongst all. So each character ends up with like 4 to 5 espers they can use. And really, all that option does is just makes Realm useless in practice sometimes.
Right.
Because what else are you gonna do? best character in the game if she can get Ultima or Flare or something.
Or Meteor. Holy.
Man, I hope I get Freelancer this year. I don't roll all my jobs ahead of time like y'all do. I'm glad now I don't have to interface with the Gilgabot to get my jobs though. Like he built a thing on the website.
Yeah. Can she break rods?
Yeah.
Realm?
Yeah. Yeah, everybody can break rods.
Anyone can, I thought. Yeah.
You don't have to have them equipped in Final Fantasy
That's
VI.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to equip them in.
That's
6.
probably about the best thing she can do if she doesn't get any magic, right?
It depends on what like sub skill she rolls. I
Like
guess.
she's got the best base magic in the game, right? Before any stat boosts
And
or
she's
anything.
Yeah.
and she's the fastest. So like legitimately, so I was doing that like no XP run, and I had to. So Realm had one shining moment, and it was the Air Force fight because I had to get there. So I had to beat
The gauntlet before.
I had to beat the gauntlet, which that was irritating. But like quick save in the Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remastered kind of, it doesn't like trivialize it, but it makes that not so frustrating because you just quick save after every airplane battle. Because the Spitfires literally just decide to make you reset sometimes because they cast they cast a spell. Everybody in your party dies because it does 300 points of damage. Everybody's got 100 hit points.
Mm.
So you have to have
Ultras and Typhon.
yeah, but like so like for those fights you have to have Edgar in the party and he has to get his noise blaster off
Noise blaster. Yep.
before they kill you, and then you can fight them, and then you got to fight Ultros and Typhon and survive that. And I got that. Like there's some people that say that like breaking rods is against the spirit of the thing and you shouldn't do it, but I couldn't find any other way to do it. Like legitimately could not find any other way. So I broke
mechanic in the game. Do it.
And then so you have to survive that with everybody intact, and then you have to get lucky enough for Realm to have enough ATB to where she can get her turn before before like a certain quick enough so you don't get like destroyed by the actual Air Force boss.
The Air Force phase. The Air Force has a phase where he puts out the magic sync, right? Or the
So basically also she is, and I had to use Realm because there are faster characters, but I tried using them and they did not have the magical oomph.
Oomph.
Yeah, like that extra 300 or 400 points of damage that Realm got because she has naturally really high magic.
I believe Dragon Quest codified oomph.
Do we have everybody back?
I don't know. It sounds like a skill issue.
Oh, there is. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and definitely skill issue.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna be kind and say that your 80-foot ladder is still here. But
it's not it's physical ladder. Like I drew it into the wall with the paint.
No, that explains why it's still here.
It doesn't rot. It's made of.
So yeah, dangling from this gibbet on the underside of this bridge is this chewed up kobold.
And I believe Sahn was attempting to contact him telepathically.
Are you able to do that while the subject's asleep?
That's a good question.
Unless it specifically says it can, I'm going to assume it can't. Because...
I can't imagine it does too much other than that a normal conversation couldn't. So that makes sense to me.
Unconscious means you're incapacitated, unaware of surroundings, so...
Should I go up and cut him down?
No!
He's in a cage.
Right. I mean, the
That's
cage
what a
is probably
gibbet is.
attached by a rope.
Benny.
Actually, that is a good question.
Yeah.
No,
'cause I can just
Sahn freed him,
climb-
and that's how we got into this mess. Do not remove him from that gibbet.
And as Ssah'ra is yelling at everybody, there's motion, and the gibbet swings slightly from side to side as the kobold begins to wake.
Ssah'ra, somebody put him there. We didn't leave him. We didn't leave this place like this. Somebody put him there.
And if
I aim
find who that
to
is-
know.
I aim to know what that is.
Oh, that's fine. You find who they are so I can thank them.
And the kobold gets to its little feet, grabs hold of the bars inside the gibbet, looks down. So, is you guys.
It's us. Is it the same kobold who's menaced us twice already?
As far as you can tell, yes.
Is he got but he doesn't have the trappings of a priest of Osprey on him?
Correct. His vestments have been taken away, and he doesn't have a staff either. He's holding the inside of the gibbet. I knew you'd be back.
Surface thoughts. I'm casting detect thoughts.
His surface thoughts are trying to piece together what he has to say to encourage you to help him out of this gibbet.
And I guess that would
Like he's
be
in he's in a mode where he's picking his words very carefully.
and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that to press deeper into how did he get in this gibbet?
So he gets a save.
He gets a
against that.
save on that. He does get a save for that.
That's a 19 on the save.
He pushes me out then.
And he kind of shakes his head as he pushes you out. He holds his hands through the cage in Nazir's direction. Says, okay.
The truth.
Me, you, we have difference in the past. But
Yes.
past is past. Yes?
Actually, as far as I can tell, the past is rolled back up on us and is looped around.
Allegedly.
It's really confusing and non-linear, and I don't like it.
Look,
Son.
don't mention anything about time to us today, please.
Time's a sore subject.
Nerium, can you do your thing?
What who or what put you in that cage?
And he holds his hand out in front of him with his thumb and his finger a couple inches apart. Little guys.
Wait. Was it those little bastards? And Nazirr points in the direction of I recall there being some like servants of this lady, I want to say, in this little pool.
Are you talking about the snorks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll describe snorks.
No. These
Yeah,
little guys
Nazirr has
from
a better
outside.
memory than I do.
Don't know who they are, where they come from. There I am, taking a nap. Big magic, big summon to make a monster to keep you guys out. So, taking a nap. Next thing I know, little guys. Hate these little guys. That's what passes for an explanation for this kobold.
Okay.
Well,
Nerium describes the pixies from the tower we just saw.
You know those guys.
And then Nerium says, "See, I told you pixies are like rats. You got to stomp them out."
Nerium,
One of them did fly away from me when I got up to the top.
Nerium, give me a wisdom check.
You let one get away, son? Oh, that's
That was-
unplanned for you, I
That was
suppose.
like the other side of the uncrossable part of the ocean. I don't think that this is my fault.
No, son, you let them get away, and this is a habit with you. We have to stop your habits.
Miriam, how did
It's
that
like
wisdom check go?
like it's a 4.
A 4, okay.
Yeah.
So my
mean-
job, keep outsiders out. Dictum from Osprim. Yes, Queen of Oceans. Yes.
Sure, yes.
But by this point,
Nazirr,
you guys basically live here. And these little guys push them out. Yes?
Point us in the right direction, then.
And he kind of shuffles around to the back of his gibbet. He has decent range of motion in here because his gibbet is built for like a medium-sized humanoid. Like a human or a dwarf would be very uncomfortable in here, but his kobold's a small creature. And yeah, he motions towards the back of the temple that you've been unable to open so far.
Okay. We'll let you out on our way out, so you better give us good information so we don't all die.
And he thinks for a moment. Okay. Information. Okay, crocodile guys. Yes?
Right.
Very mean.
They are.
They're with the little guys now.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're both Fae. Something we don't know.
You already knew that? Oh.
Yes, we live here.
Okay. Little guys. Yes? They make magic circles. He starts rotating his little claws in front of him in a circular fashion. And they can put something in the circle. Yes? And then it comes out the circle, the other side, in a different place.
Yeah, we know about the teleportation circles. We've already broken people out of the walls.
Oh, you know that?
He's
Yes.
saying there might be a second set.
And he thinks for a moment. Okay. Little guys.
Little
Yes.
guys.
Take the water in the temple. Yes? The water, like me, used to serve Osprim. Now, the water serves little guys.
How can we reconsecrate the water to Ostrom?
Oh, you'd need a priest of Osprim for that. And at this, he stands with his back straight and his arms crossed in a very smug look.
And at what point are you going to
Benny
channel the
shrugs
water
and
to attack
says, I
us?
guess I could do it.
Hold on. Sir, I'll go first?
Ssah'ra glares at him and says, yeah, and then you're just going to summon something in the waters of Ostrom to attack us, like the crab out front.
Nope, no can do. No big monster. Big monster's already dead. You saw, yes?
Look, we don't need your help. If you're really looking to reconsecrate the water, I can do it.
Nazirr grits his teeth when the kobold says he's dead.
Giant crab's still there, yes? That was my plan. Keep you guys out.
And they killed the giant crab?
Apparently. I no longer feel it, can't not speak to it. It's not there. Must be dead.
Okay.
Otherwise, how you get in?
Sneak past it.
Nerium, what do we need him for?
To reconsecrate the water.
Well, Benny said he could do that.
Benny can cast ceremony. We need to go get holy water, but
Do we? Did you not bring some?
I don't keep it on me.
Nazirr stares at his his bulging component pouch and says, "I keep all of my magical components on me. You never know when you'll need to cast a divination."
The classic net hack situation. You need holy water to make holy water.
Now, you need powdered silver in this one. Benny looks a little bit grumpy, like he's been all this entire shore leave, and says, man, I would have loved to have gone and picked some up if only we'd had time, and then stares at Nerium.
It's not my fault.
It will have been your fault, Nerium. We can't deny that possibility.
Hey. No arguing. We all friends, yes?
I don't know. You've tried to kill us twice now.
That was business. Not personal.
Oh, business. Really? Who hired you?
Osprim, Queen of Oceans. Pay attention.
She hired you to kill her own follower? And Ssah'ra points at Benny.
He looks at Benny. You're not wearing vestments or anything, are you? You're not.
I mean, he has the insignia on his shield. He's wearing a thing around his neck that has the symbol of Ostrom on
Yeah,
it.
I
He doesn't
don't-
present himself as like a holy man.
The lady at the gas station yesterday had crucifix earrings. That doesn't mean she's a priest.
Well, I mean, he's actually capable of it.
Are you trained in religion?
No.
There you go.
Jeez.
All
He's
right.
capable of it. He's not good at it. He's capable of it.
So, You here to take care of the little guys, yes?
Little guys, big guys, we're here to take care of it all.
If it gets us in the direction of the Fork of Krodrashi, then yes.
Oh. Well, the fork not here.
We're aware.
I figured as much. And Nazirr gestures back toward the here where the illusory one was.
Fake fork that summoned what it was, like a whirlpool.
A bubble.
Yeah.
A bubble.
But
weird
we had
bubble.
heard that there might be a clue to its location in here, and that's what we're here for.
Oh no. What if little guys get fork? That would be bad.
So is it like a dinner fork?
Like a big dinner fork, he says. He holds out his arms really wide.
Ah, okay, yeah.
I mean,
All right.
you've seen the illusion version of it down here.
Yeah.
Nerium is
Yeah,
still picturing it as a dinner fork.
That's functionally what it is. I mean,
For like a giant, sure.
I
Alright.
looked like I know it's a trident, right? I know in my brain it's a trident, but anytime I picture the Kodrashi fork, I legitimately just picture a 6 foot tall standard go in your kitchen dinner fork.
okay.
It-
We start here.
And that's a problem with my brain.
He motions to the back room here where you guys went and met with the Snorks previously.
Yeah.
Says, you must have gone to visit the nymph, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
We must first check and see if she's still there. If she's gone over and is helping the little guys, that's very bad. If the little guys have taken her prisoner, that is less bad. I would check.
We left her-
And he shakes his gibbet.
What about the
Benny will
alligators?
Benny will go examine this.
So Benny's going to go check out Snorks.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys want out of the man in the gibbet before we move on?
I mean, I'd like him to stop talking.
Just forever? Just in general?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not a man, he's a kobold.
Kobolds can be men.
No, they can't.
Wow.
Ssah'ra is just going to verify there's still an alligator in this room.
When you look in this room, no, it is empty.
Oh, really? Ssah'ra will point that out, and she'll ask the kobold where the alligators went.
Oh, they're with the little guys now.
Like, what did they offer the little guys to get them to join with them?
I don't know.
They seemed very, I don't know, like lawful.
I think they went inside their heads. Like, and he points to Nazirr. That's your trick. You tell me. Anyway, you go. See if the nymph is still there.
Is there anything in this room now that the alligator's not guarding it?
Give me an investigation check.
It's going to be a 16.
16.
Yeah, 16.
You find minute carvings in the back wall, as though done by tiny little tools, just crisscrossing the wall.
Look like it might be some sort of language.
If it is, it's not readable by you.
Alright. Nerium, I think they inscribed something on the wall back there with the
Okay.
water.
Going into this room, Benny, checking the snork pool, it's been drained out, and you see handfuls of dead snork bodies laying along the dry floor of it.
That's
That's
not good.
distressing.
Benny will look into the nymph's room.
She's not there. The room is extraordinarily cold. And what you see in the room is the center of it is chaos. Out of the 4 pools, which no longer contain water, but you see out of this pool, a pillar of salt reaches up and out towards the center of the room. And similarly for the other 3 with their respective materials. until they kind of meet together in the center as this huge hodgepodge of all of these things together. And what's making the room unbelievably cold is the massive block of ice functionally sitting in the center. The nymph is nowhere to be seen, nor any of her snorks.
Where's
The
Go ahead. I was
'cause-
just going to ask about the mirror. That's all.
yeah, that's exactly what I was about to ask.
So who's going to ask what?
I was going to ask about the mirror. Nazir's going to step into the room, look for the mirror that Nerium left her.
You'd have to dig through some of this material if you think it's in there. It's possible, but you don't see it just glancing into the room.
And you can go and look at the ice. He's resistant to cold.
Okay.
Is this like arches that have come together, or is this just this entire platform is one solid mass?
The platform is not really obtainable now because it's so covered in all this other material. That said, all of the other material is brittle and will break with some effort. You could clear it away, but we're talking a couple hours of work probably.
I don't know what that accomplishes for us, though. We don't see something in the middle of all of this conflux of stuff, do we?
You can't see in the middle because most of these objects are opaque. So it's entirely possible there's something or someone in there.
Benny will take his mace to this ice pillar
Okay.
and he'll tap on it to see if like any of it flakes off.
Yeah, you're able to shave off as much ice as you desire.
Okay, well, if it shows that it's giving a little bit, he'll take a harder swing at it.
And yeah, if you manage to do this for a little while, you might be able to break the structure of it.
Yeah, we'll keep going until something happens.
What's everybody else doing in this room?
I have nothing to contribute.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for Benny to finish that.
Yeah, Benny, after a few minutes, your arm's starting to get tired, swinging your mace at this pillar of ice over and over and over. You break away a big chunk down into the center. It sends a crack, sloughing off at your feet and sliding across the floor.
Can I look in either the pool or the center? Do I see anything? Have I made any headway?
Nope. You don't seem to have changed anything. You just, after a few minutes, you broke off a giant chunk of ice that you can now put
I
into
don't
a
think we're
giant
going to
drink.
get. I don't think we're
This
going to
might-
get much further here.
This
So,
might be too much work for one person.
Yeah.
remind me, what was this? The blue thing on the back wall was what, water coming from the other side, or
It was what?
as your notes?
Oh, geez, I don't know where in my notes.
In the room with the alligator, this blue square we have.
I don't know what that is.
Whatever
Probably
it
just-
was, it's not there now.
Probably a curtain covering up something.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the deal was. Like, there was something in this room we needed to do if we wanted to get the door open, and the alligator was in the way. Is there a teleportation pad in the middle, or
What does
I think the center square was just a slightly raised piece of floor that the crocodile man was standing upon.
okay? There's no like switches or levers or anything that'll open this door.
There's no doors.
Is-
Oh, what was that? Force. What's the blue line then?
These were
Portcullis.
yes,
that's
these are
what that was,
portcullises that
right?
were
Yeah.
blocking your entrance in, and then there was a third one in the center where the water was flowing through.
Yeah, and there's nothing in here that looks like it might open those portcullises.
I mean, you can't tell what was in here because whatever's in here has been pried and
Yeah.
scraped away from the wall.
what is the what's the shapes that are there now? Is it Sylvan? Is
It's
it
not,
just
it's not a language. If it is a language, you don't know it.
okay? All right.
Cross Sheep asks you now, when the kobold mentions the little guys, is he thinking of who I think they're thinking of?
Sounds like it, yeah.
Probably.
That's what I was afraid of.
And then he leaves.
He pieces out of the dungeon. Farewell.
Okay, I guess let's just go for somewhere where we know we can do something with at least. We got the reverse gravity well up here.
Is before I head back over there, I'm just gonna peek in. Is the portcullis are they still down?
They're still down, and now you can no longer see through them. Material has been erected between the bars that looks similar to the amalgamation material you saw in the center room. Partially salt, partially ice, partially crystal, partially coral.
Ssah'ra will take out her hammer and one of the pinions and try to crack it or break part of it open.
Okay. Where's everybody else standing when she does this?
Oh, well, Benny would still be in this room.
I guess Nerium would be like, "All right, you have fun," and then we kind of walk in this way.
Okay. Roll initiative.
I get shot with the tiny arrow.
That's not bad.
Shot with a very tiny arrow. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Right.
Okay. Not bad. I don't need blue. I don't need pink. All right. Who's at the top of my order?
Nerium, followed by Sahn.
Nerium, here's what happens.
Huh?
Ssah'ra steps forward with her hammer and starts kind of banging on the material in between the portcullis. I feel like I have to pause every time I say that word because I know Raz is just sitting there like.
Well, Raz is typing, and then when he's finished typing, portcullis! There we go. Sorry. Put it on a soundboard.
Instead
Just
of the
click
sound
saying.
of the hammer making any headway against the material, you hear the sound of a bell ringing out, as though Ssah'ra has stricken a gong, reverberating all throughout the room. And then you start seeing rippling in the center pool that you guys emerged from. So that's all the information you have to act on, Nerium.
Uh-huh. 1, 2. Gonna skip over to where Sahn is.
Yep.
I'm going to expend a 4th level spell charge. And Sahn is now greater invisibility.
Okay.
All right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Double thumbs up to where Sahn was standing. Go get him, champ.
Okay. Who's next?
I am.
Sahn. And then
So I don't see
Rashid.
anything to get to shoot right now, right?
There are ripples emerging throughout the water, like something's disturbing the water from underneath.
I am going to manifest. Spend my action to manifest tarsal transfiguration. So you hear a hideous splitting sound as Sahn's carapace cracks, and little insectile things grow out of the back of his feet so he can walk up walls. And I'm going to climb up here. How high up is the ceiling?
80 feet. It goes all the way up to the top.
All right, so I can do 30 feet up.
Okay.
So I'm 20 feet up on the thing right now. That's my turn.
Very good. Who's next?
that is Green.
Okay.
We have the monk.
I'm sorry. Rashid, followed by Green, rather. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
he is going to just well, he can't see anything, obviously, so he's just gonna dodge for now.
So he has blind sight, which means he knows the precise location of creatures within 10 feet of him.
Right. I imagine he's probably staying within like 10 feet of one of us at all times.
Okay. If you want.
But until something else happens. But yeah, there's nothing happening right now, so he's just dodging.
The water is all tumultuous. That's what's happening.
Right.
2 of the crocodile men emerged from the water.
Oh, can't see them.
There we go.
I don't think I'm going to get 3 hits on Ssah'ra. Ssah'ra, do you have all your hit points?
For the moment, I do.
You also have your polar mastery.
Oh, I do. If they enter my range, I get to smack them.
One of them, yeah, you get to do that with one of them.
Yeah, let's go for that. That's going to be a 22.
22 will hit.
Oh. That's going to be, what, 8 points of magical slashing damage?
Okay. All right. I'm going to try to... First hit is a 21 to hit.
God damn you. That hits.
Excellent. I've got to do his attacks one at a time. 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Subsequent attacks are made against you at advantage because you no longer have all your hit points. That's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Am I sure this is that's what's said in the book? This is what I'm doing, I guess. "27 points of slashing damage
Well, I'm bloody now.
from the slashing claws. And because both of those attack hits you as a bonus action, he can thrash. That hits an AC of 16.
That is not it.
Okay, second guy. Here's his bite. That hits an AC of 12.
Nope.
His claws. That's a critical hit.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Go ahead and re-roll that for Siphon Salience. I'm going to give Ssah'ra the advantage.
Okay, that's going to turn it into an AC of 20.
That's not a hit.
All right, and he can't thrash because both of his other attacks miss. Yeah, it's the claws you don't want to. That's big numbers on those claws. Sahn, from your position, these creatures just emerge straight out of the water. They don't seem to have even noticed you high up on the wall. They just made a beeline for Ssah'ra after she made this bell sound ring out. That was green. Who's next?
Next is Benedict, followed by Ssah'ra.
I assume Benny hears all of this. And
Oh,
is
yeah.
Running 10, 15, 20. This is fine right here, diagonal, yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
10, 15, 20. So I was here. Is this 5 doing this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, then 10, 15, 20. He's gonna channel
You're-
divinity.
You're in the boots, right?
No, I have the thread.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna channel divinity so my sword starts glowing. And then bonus action, I'm gonna shield of faith. And that's my turn.
Ssah'ra, followed by Nazirr.
Cool. That hurt
The crocodile.
a
man.
lot. So I guess since I have advantage, let's try and do something to this guy.
Put them in the cube.
You have your tiny little cube.
I do have my tiny little cube.
Just riding on her shoulder.
That worships you.
What does that cube let me do again? So the cube's on its own initiative, same as mine, right? Or no, it's use a bonus action. Okay.
Familiars can't attack.
Yeah. Well, this one has as a bonus action, it can do a D4 plus 3 acid damage.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's all it can ever do.
You paid all those hit points. It should be able to do
that's
something.
fine. Does a 19 hit?
Yeah, it does. Sure does. Attacking the same one.
Same one. 23 points of slashing damage
Okay.
and some force damage. 7 points of force damage on top of that.
Okay. Pretty good.
Second attack. That's going to be a 22.
Also hits.
That's going to be 17 points of magical slashing damage.
It's going to be bloodied, which means it's going to use its bloodied reaction.
Of course it is.
As it does, it rears back its head and lets out this roar that echoes and reverberates throughout the walls. And as it does, I mean, the closest square with water on it is here. The water bulges up and out of the flow, which causes the flow of it down these stairs to be reduced to a trickle for a moment. So you have this like weird bulge of water that's going to do something probably unpleasant.
Probably. I wonder.
Is it a creature?
It's creature-ish. It's water,
Okay.
but it's moving on its own outside the
Okay.
laws of physics.
So tell me the ceiling situation is high.
Not as high as out in the main room. 'Cause you're coming up the stairs to get into this little alcove. I'll say you probably still got a good 20 or 30 feet of clearance, though, high above you.
Okay. Then as a bonus action,
Mhm.
given that there are 3 nasty things and I have 26 hit points left,
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
yeah, we're going to side powered leap to get the hell out of here.
Sure.
Which probably means I'm going to take some opportunity attacks. So I have 60 feet of flight speed until the end of my turn.
Okay.
So we're going to go straight up.
Just fly up to the roof. Yeah, you're going to be leaving 2 threat ranges if you do that.
Yeah, that's fine. We're going to go straight up and then over.
Now, monster stat blocks don't tell me which of their attacks I get to use as an opportunity attack. Oh, they're also both rolling an advantage because you have taken damage.
I'm sure they are.
You know, I don't know the answer to that.
Well, I just always use whichever one I like best. And their claws are pretty nasty, so we're going to stick with that. I've got a 17 to hit
No.
and a 19 to hit.
No.
So you fly up and out of their reach as they try to claw you out of the air.
Yeah, she's going to be on the bridge now.
It's flying over to the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. As you're approaching, you see a little kobold just in the gibbet, just kind of throwing air punches out through the bars. And when he sees you flying away, no, they're over there. What are you doing? Go back.
Hey, where's your staff?
He doesn't have a staff.
Oh, she asked where it is.
Well, you can't have a conversation on initiative.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that it for
Didn't we
Ssah'ra?
steal that?
I think we did.
Is that it for Ssah'ra?
Yeah, Nazir's up next.
All right.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. Gets me there. And a bonus action dash and get some temporary hit points. Yeah. Adrenaline rush. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gets me line of sight to the jerk bags.
They are jerk bags.
Let's start this whole mess off with a moonbeam. Let's see
Okay.
what that does.
Why not start there, right?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and put a little chit down there. I need to make sure it doesn't get eaten by the fog of war. Ignore fog of war. Five-foot radius to whenever a creature enters a spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, then it is engulfed in ghostly flames.
Very good. So that'll get both of them on next
That is
turn.
going to kick out Pass Without Trace for everybody, but I think that's probably just fine for everybody. What do you say?
Oh no, we're detected.
yeah, it's gonna end my turn.
All right, who's next?
Nerium, followed by Sahn.
Okay. Nerium is 10, 15. Let's see. I'm gonna hit the. You know what? It worked in the last dungeon. I'm going to hit. I can't ping for some reason. This one right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit him with a dispel magic.
All right.
3rd level. Try to dispel any effects on him.
There don't seem to be any effects to dispel.
Okay. Well, I thought they had went in his brain. Oh well. I tried. Bonus action. Let's see. I can't. No, you just need to be able to hear me. Sahn, please take a bard die.
See,
Okay, that's an 8 now.
Yep.
it's shit like that that makes you want to retire from adventuring. When you cast a spell and it doesn't do anything.
A little bit, yeah.
The
That's
seed
the
of
third
doubt
level
is already
slot.
sprouted.
Who's next?
Yeah.
Next is Sahn. You're up. Followed by.
Okay, so I'm standing on the wall 20 feet up. Where are these relative to me?
They're around the corner, so you can't see them from your position.
Well, I can look. I mean, I'm standing at the corner, right? Like, I mean, what's the relative height here?
You're about 15, 20 feet over their head. So you're almost even with the ceiling of the room where they're in, if you went that high.
Excellent. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. So, so this one is within 30 feet of me then, right? Because there's not really much of a height difference.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, so I'm gonna level my hand crossbow at him. Take a sharpshooter shot. So look what the attack bonus is on this currently, +8. So that hits. Can I use these on attack rolls?
Yeah. Attack
Okay.
rolls, saving throws, and skill.
And I save it if I don't make it. So I'm just going to call an audible on that. I would have done that if I known that. Okay. So, and it's advantage because I'm invisible. Sorry. All right, here we go. Starting the rodeo off with an 18 on armor class.
18 will hit.
All right, so I keep that. This is a hand crossbow, so it's plus 17. 20 magical piercing damage.
All right. And you are attacking the one that is currently not bloodied.
Okay, I'm going
Correct.
to fire on it again. Multi-attack.
Okay.
That hits no, a 17 on armor class.
17 will hit.
Did a 15 hit?
No.
Okay, so this die is gone. I've used it. That hits an armor class of. I'm sorry, that deals 21 magical piercing damage.
Okay, let's pause there for a moment.
Yep.
Because that triggers this one's reaction, and its nearest unoccupied space of water is here. So it's used up its bloody reaction. It threw its head back, let out this roar, and the water seems to be responding to it.
All right. I am going to. I have a crossbow expert attack because I've fired a weapon, so I'm going to target the same one 3rd time. Sharpshooter. That hits an armor class of 24.
That hits.
Dealing 21 magical piercing damage.
Very good. Yeah.
Then I am going to action surge. So I'm going to shoot it again with crossbow with sharpshooter as part of beginning a multi-attack.
Okay.
Hits an armor class of 20.
That'll hit.
Dealing 19 magical piercing.
And that's enough for the first one.
Gonna shoot this one with my multi-attack.
So when this one drops to the water dead,
sorry.
the water it had summoned also fades and splashes back into the flow.
Gonna hit a 15 on armor class with my multi-attack.
15 misses.
And then I have a bonus action. I am going to burn a charge from the cloak and take an attack action.
Okay.
So this is a non-sharpshooter, which has a bonus of plus 13. Hitting an armor class of 22.
22 will hit.
Dealing 13 magical piercing.
Okay.
And I second part of my multi-attack hits an armor class of 23.
Also hits.
Dealing 10 magical piercing.
And that's enough. Sahn is just like, nope, not crocodiles, not today. Steps forth, does his whole machine gun routine, puts both of them back in the drink. And as their bodies fall and slide back into the water, so too the water they summoned splashes back down, continues to flow as though it had not been disturbed.
I'm going to need a minute of bookkeeping.
Need to dismiss the moonbeams so I don't blast Sahn.
I want to retrieve half my bolts.
Okay, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I forgot about action surge.
The kobold
Man, we
from the
don't have
gibbet
to worry about research.
puts his fingers in his mouth and whistles. Says, yeah, that's how you do it. Excellent. Hey, snake lady, why don't you come under the bridge? Come down here.
And what, untie you?
If you want. I hope so. Yeah, let me out.
Maybe later.
No, come under the bridge. Hey, wait. Oh.
She'll look up under the bridge from over here.
And he's just watching you slither around sadly.
What, do you want a kiss?
What happened?
Nerium like yells up, "Don't ask her to do it. She'll cut the rope hanging. You'll fall in the water and drown to death."
I can't drown.
He's a druid. He'll turn into a fish.
Yeah, remember how he pulled that trick the first time we met?
Oh, that's.
I would
that's
like to
right.
investigate the bodies of these crocodiles.
You'd have to go into the water to do that, because when you killed them, they slipped back into the drink.
I've got water breathing.
Okay.
You got a second wind.
Be careful. We only have like 23 hours of water breathing left.
So the creatures weren't armed with anything. They were attacking with their crocodile mouths and their gigantic claws. And they were just kind of wearing like ornamental loincloth situations. So they had a band around their waist with one of the symbols of Osprey, the iconography. And then from that hung just basically a tatter of cloth. But there's nothing really to find. They weren't carrying anything.
Okay.
Well, they're carrying a bunch of
I have-
crossbow bolts now.
Right. I can walk along the side of this and pull the bodies out. Benny, is there anything we should do with these?
You can't by yourself. These creatures are large and they are extremely heavy.
Oh, even
Benny-
with the buoyancy? Okay.
Benny will do it. His strength is 21 now.
So
He'll drag
If
him
we
up
want-
and say like
If-
a word from Osprey, I guess. What that word is up to interpretation because he's not proficient in religion.
What's that? What's that, Nazirr?
Sorry.
So, what I have is I have a solution that might mitigate our kobold problem, allow him out of the cage to assist us.
Yeah, I like that idea.
You gonna mind
Let me
control
out.
him?
Let me out.
Would mean the tell me, kobold, are you familiar with the spell Gias?
Oh, don't do that.
Benny also says that. Oh, don't do that.
Ssah'ra says yes, do that.
Sahn's on board.
You guys have like beef jerky or something?
Yeah. Are you hungry?
I could eat.
Ssah'ra will throw him a ration.
Just
Just toss it 80 feet up in there. It
Art-
lands in the water.
yeah.
Aren't rations like it's like a pound of food? What are you throwing him? A box full of hungry
You-
man?
Listen, okay, fine. You know what? She'll slither up top and then she'll use her telekinetic bullshit to slide through his cage.
And he grabs for the ration and pulls into the cage, starts opening it up, and I mean it's what's in there, like hardtack, jerky, dried fruit.
Yeah, whatever's in a standard ration.
Joke's on you, it's snakes.
Snake jerky.
And yeah, when you're back up in the bridge, this is just you should come onto the bridge. You should come down here.
She will look under the bridge to see what the hell he's talking about.
And his mouth is full of your ration. And he reaches out through the bars. No, seriously.
Sahn, if he tries anything, I want you to shoot him between the eyes.
Don't let him touch you. He wants to touch you.
He's either going to cure me or try and control me.
Here's the thing: is he's 80 feet above. Like this bridge is 80 feet up.
Mm-hmm.
How
Well,
are you?
Ssah'ra has a
under the
fly
bridge,
speed at the
sir?
moment.
Oh.
Is my understanding.
No, she's on top of the bridge, looking over, leaning over.
If you like lay on your stomach and crane your neck down, you could reach out and take his hand under the bridge.
Yeah, she's going to tell Sahn to shoot him between the eyes if he tries anything, and then screw it, she'll grab his hand. What?
Okay. He uses a cure wound spell to restore. Not a terrific roll, but then you're not good friends.
A cobalt amount.
11
of
points
hit
of
die.
health.
Yeah, that works.
See, now you let me out.
You definitely
I told you
got
we'll
it.
let you out when we leave. That way you're incentivized to make sure that we survive.
I did. I just used the miracle of Usbrim to bind her wounds. You know, you polish my scales, I polish yours.
Yeah, praise Osprey.
How wounded are you?
I'm only missing 14 hit points right now. No, 15.
Okay. I mean, if you're okay.
I mean, I'm at 51, so I'm good for another fight.
All right. Well, back to what we were doing? Question mark.
Hang tight. We'll let you out in a moment. We got to make sure there's no other gators so you don't get eaten on the way out.
Okay, so there were, and he starts counting on his fingers, on his little claws. Okay, so 28 more servants. Go get them.
27. We found a dead one over here.
Where did you
I
find the dead
can't
one?
ping.
Who's
Remember,
counting, really?
there was a dead one in that room over there.
Oh no, that one was
Dead.
replaced.
Okay.
The ocean provides more from time to time. You know, Osprey, Queen of Oceans, yes?
Yeah, that sucks.
Guys, I don't have enough bolts to deal with 27 more of those.
28.
By my math, I can probably handle about 18.
Well, good thing it's
19
not
on a
just
pinch.
good thing it's not just you on the team, Sahn.
If you actually kill 18 of these things, that's a lot of experience points. These are
We'll
big
be
boy
fine.
monsters, and
Let's
then I
keep
soup them
going.
up. Hey, wait.
Yeah.
What was the nymph?
Oh, her room is. I'll describe the room to him.
Oh, that's not
It's
good.
empty.
She wasn't there. Benny will come back and say.
Okay. Nobody panic. But if the nymph isn't returned and her magics aren't brought to bear, all the oceans will die forever. Yes?
That one nymph. Could we replace her with a different nymph?
That's why it's very important for me to keep people out.
Makes
That
sense.
specific nymph in
I'm
that
gonna
specific room
I'm gonna
keeps
insight
everything
that.
in every ocean alive.
At this time of year.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking with that. Can I see her? Yes, you'll die. But I'm gonna insight that. Like, this
mean,
guy isn't.
You can
he's
play
off his rocker.
play with your dice if you want. I didn't call for an insight check.
Okay.
It's up to you if you
I mean,
believe
I'm
it or
guessing
not.
it is he
I
believes
rolled a-
it.
I rolled a 1, so you just saved me the trouble.
Did Ssah'ra actually break through the shell that was over the portcullis?
No.
Okay.
No,
It didn't do any damage at all.
didn't seem to do much of anything. They have had a magical alarm put up.
Makes sense.
I don't think it's worth chipping away if it's the same material. Like,
We could
Benny
check
tried
down
that
here.
in here.
We could
Yeah.
check down here. There was one of these.
Oh, yeah.
this-
Yeah, that's true.
Now wait.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys don't live in the ocean, but you should know if the ocean dies everywhere forever, is bad for everybody.
It sounds
Yeah,
bad. I like going to the beach.
We're aware, Benny says.
Okay.
That seems like an oversight on your goddess's part.
We'll try to save the nymph.
Where are we going? This way?
So we're heading down into this room. And when you come in here, the illusion of the
worst.
fork is still in place.
Well, we've already done that.
Yeah, we've already
I-
dealt with that one
I-
once.
I grabbed Nazirr.
Benny, you can go first.
Benny,
shield of
Sure.
faith.
What's in
At the top of these
here?
stairs, looking down into the chamber, previously when you were here, there was a crocodile man standing guard that told you that he wouldn't allow you through. And it's kind of where you guys
Correct.
left it. He stands there now, watching at the top of the stairs, looks up,
And
shakes his head. I heard the alarm.
Benny has his sword drawn. He says, "Yeah, you did." And he steps forward.
Would you please move?
He cautions you about moving forward more than that. He tells you that to disturb the water in this room would be your death. And as he does, he holds his claws out forward, and the water in front of you starts to react, starts to spike, pivot, and flow unnaturally against the plane of gravity.
Benny is going to take a step back.
Yep.
He's then going to climb up the wall and onto the ceiling like this and drop down next to him without
Fantastic.
stepping through the water.
So when you get to this square on the wall, that's where roll initiative.
Okay. But that's his intent.
See if Benny enjoys a bite. Oh, look, I don't move.
That's not terrible. Did he say cross over the water or cross through the water?
He said disturb the water.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not doing that, so.
Wow. So wait, he's breaking the rules now? Is that it?
Yeah.
Sure
I
seems that
mean,
way.
Benny is approaching with hostile intent.
Well, clearly. That's why we're
This is not uncalled for.
that's why we're rolling initiative. He made a
I'm
threat,
aware.
you're calling his bluff, and that's why we're rolling initiative.
Yeah. I had to do something competent today, you guys. Come on.
Who's at the top of my order?
Nazirr, who is going
Uh,
to.
bep, 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 bep. Here's what you see. Or would you like to decide your turn without further description?
No, by all means, go ahead.
So as your man thing starts crawling out over the water, not touching the water, can't get mad. Not touching the water, can't get mad. That's Benny. That's my impression of Benny.
Yeah.
That's my mood today. Don't worry. You're not.
You see the
far.
creature begin, his movements are causing the water to react, to bulge upward in Benny's direction. That's what you see.
Guiding bolt.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a guiding bolt at him. Does a 23 hit?
23 does hit.
That's a disappointing roll. 12 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And the next attack on him has advantage.
I will make a note of that.
And bonus action to activate Staff of the Adder.
And
Is there your step?
it's
Mhm.
suddenly a staff of the subtractor.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm going to step back out of the doorway and end my turn there. Next we got Nerium followed by Benedict.
Subtract them hit points. Let's see. Nerium is going to. I'm can't see down into the room, can we? Not without going down the stairs.
If you're at the top of the stairs, like where Sahn and Nazirr are, they can look down. If you're further behind than that, then you don't have a clear line of sight. You have line of effect for magic, but not necessarily line of sight.
Oh, this
Okay.
goes down.
Yeah, the stairs go
Yeah.
down.
Oh, okay.
So you walk down the stairs, then climb the wall, so you're below them.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. let me check one thing because I can use extra. You can play the instrument while casting a spell that causes any of its targets. Okay, gotcha. Nerium is going to just gonna step down the stairs, and I need a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay. They are ostensibly
going
bad
to-
at these.
I'm gonna cast Bane.
I have a 16.
That is a fail. Get baned, Nerium says, and then she makes a tactical retreat back upstairs.
Very good. Who's
And
next?
that's the end of my turn.
Benedict, followed by Sahn.
Benny wants to climb and then just kind of jump or drop over here
Okay.
without intersecting the water.
Yeah, you can climb on the walls of the room, drop down, and step forward.
Okay. He takes his sword and he swings at this guy and he says, "Look, I've had a really bad last few weeks. I have 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
Was that rolled at advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's gonna smite. And he grabs his sword and he says, "I just got married. I haven't been able to see my husband for 3 or 4 weeks, and I am horny."
You guys just sailed on a boat together for like a month.
Yeah, I couldn't even see him. And
Wait, why?
his sword. Well, you wouldn't let us because he was the emperor, and it was
Well, on the
taken
way
away.
back.
He was on the deceit. You guys were on. It took
Yeah.
a month for you guys
Yeah,
to sail
and then
back.
we had. I mean, we could try and sneak shit in there, but you don't know how much of that we're doing. Okay, 5 slashing,
Okay.
21 radiant, and then he'll
Alright.
attack again, and natural 1.
Okay. Horniness has its limits, it seems.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
You only get 1
clearly.
smite. There's a refractory time. Is this a D10? What are these doing? Sorry. Anyway, carry on.
I don't want to get into what all that just implies. We'll just leave that alone. And who's next?
Sahn, followed by your croc.
All right, I too would like to Spider-Man my way into the room.
Okay.
Is there space to do that with 30 feet of movement?
Yeah, it looks like.
Okay, so I got enough to get to like here and drop down. I'm going to draw out my magical short sword as an item interaction. I'm going to start shooting this guy.
Okay.
So I have a attack as part of my attack action. This is not a sharpshooter. It hits an armor class of. Sorry, these are nice easy round numbers, and then I leveled up. This hits an armor class of 30,
30. Yeah, that'll hit anything.
dealing 11 magical piercing.
Okay, that's gonna bloody him.
Multi-attack.
So he's gonna use his bloody reaction.
Yep.
His
Oh, bloody
nearest square of
nonsense.
water is right here.
Can't see it.
Multi-attack hits an armor class of 19,
19 also hits.
dealing 11 magical piercing.
Okay.
And then I have a crossbow expert bonus action that hits an armor class of 22,
Also hits.
dealing another 10 magical piercing.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
Who's next?
Your croc.
Yep.
All right.
It is your
First thing that
croc.
happens on his turn is the water slithers up out of the body of water around its body. And as it does, it congeals over its form, crossing over its hide. 2 bulges out at its chest burst forth from its sides, and now it has 4 claws instead of 2.
Hot.
Nobody likes that.
And not for nothing, but the creature is also no longer bloodied. Now,
Benny or Sahn, are either of you damaged?
No.
Okay, let's see if I can fix that. Start with a bite against. Go with Benny. That might get you. That's a 24.
Yeah, it's
Please.
Oh yeah, I'll take a reroll.
Well, you got to subtract the d4.
I did.
Okay. In that case, that's all. I don't have a line of sight.
Likewise.
Benny. I'm in this square.
So 24 hits.
Yeah, 24 hits.
Okay. So that's the bite. So that's the little amount of damage he does. That's 12 points of piercing damage from the bite.
Okay, I don't break my concentration, thankfully.
Okay. But now you are bloodied. So they're not technically bloody.
I'm not
Injured.
blooded.
Blooded.
You have
Yeah,
been
injured.
blooded.
So it's going to use the rest of its attacks against you now. Let's go with a claw. That claw is going to hit a 25.
Yeah.
These are with his regular, like,
I'll pass.
crocodile claws. 21 points of slashing damage. He gets an attack with his water claws. That's going to hit a 19.
No.
And he hit you with a bite and a claw, so he gets to thrash. The thrash came out as a critical hit.
I mean, what can you do, right? Like, that's
I'm-
just...
Silvery bars.
Benny's no good, terrible, very bad day. Nobody can see
Welcome to
it.
my
Oh,
world.
okay.
Nobody
for
can
Sahn.
see it.
I guess you just take this damage then.
Yeah.
That's low roll, though. Oh, he gets a bonus to this damage. It's just the dice. Okay. 14
Gotta
points
roll
of
this.
slashing damage from his back and forth thrash.
Oh, I passed that one.
Now, he's attacking you. He's got his extra attack with his water arms, and as he's swiping at them, there's no musculature to them. He's not bound by... it looks like he's not bound by a particular range. You're pretty sure he can reach a considerable distance with these water arms.
Well, I wasn't planning on running. So, Benedict's bloodied.
Okay. I'm assuming that Bane doesn't interact at all with a critical hit. It's just the critical hit's still a crit, right?
Yeah, it's on a natural 20, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So Benny's
It would
bloody.
interact if they could roll a critical hit on something less than a 20. Because those say you still have to hit.
I didn't hear what your question was. Sorry.
Bane.
Oh yeah.
All
That's
right.
correct. You just
Yeah, it's gonna hold its ground right here. It's zealot. It's gonna fight you to the death, and it looks like it's doing a good job of it. So who's next?
Hashib, followed by Ssah'ra.
okay. Let me bring up his stat block here. All right. Rashib is going to. What is his move speed? Probably high.
It's a monk. Move speed of monk.
45 feet.
Has a
15.
movement speed of monk.
It's going to do like a backflip over to this square
Right.
from here, and let me see. Attack number 1 is 16 to hit.
16 does not hit.
Attack number 2 is a 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
Okay. That is 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and we have returned. It is the glorious return of Operation Zero Chill.
Is that stunning strike?
So wait, does he have stunning strike?
Oh yeah. In fact,
Yeah.
so he's got a couple of different options.
I see that. It's just over here. I gotcha.
He can do
I
stunning
know-
strike. He can do a reaching strike to make the rest of his attacks this round to reach 10, or he can do a forceful strike to change his unarmed strike to force instead of BPS.
Okay. Yeah, I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Only 10. Low.
Save DC is what?
I think
It
On
should be under
this-
his spell casting, I think. I think it's
14.
yeah.
Okay, so he's stunned until the end of.
End of
Is it the
Rashib's
beginning or-
next end of Rashib's next turn is
Yep. end of Rashib's next turn. Cool. Let's see. Flurry of blows.
Okay.
Treble finally was useful in combat.
All it took was moving to a different character.
That's a negative. And that is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. Please enjoy 6 more bludgeoning damage.
Okay. The thing is re-bloodied
that's-
now.
And that's the end of Rashib's turn.
All right, who's next?
Next up is Ssah'ra, followed by Nazirr.
Ssah'ra, the thing is stunned, which means your attack rolls have advantage on it.
Yay! Does a 10-foot range hit me from this side of the hit him from this side of the platform?
Yeah.
Okay. So on this side of the platform, first attack.
But not the butt.
Not the butt yet.
The butt won't reach. Let us talk more about Ssah'ra's butt.
It's gonna be a 23.
Oh, that'll hit.
That's gonna be 26 points of magical slashing.
That's it? Only 26?
Well, do I need to? Well, let's add some force.
No, that's enough. 20,
Okay.
26 got it. That was quite a lot. It gets some healing when it comes in contact with its water bubble, but it doesn't get all its health back. So yeah, the thing dies.
So don't let
with a
them do that.
splash.
And she will spit on the dying corpse.
Does this also just have the belt of Osprey and nothing else?
Yeah, nothing unless you're collecting belts.
And because she has a 20 strength, she's gonna curl her tail and use it as like a pogo stick to jump over the water.
Okay, that's terrible. And
I'm
now,
pretty sure that's sacrilegious.
I feel like that's something that definitely one of the Breath of Fires has you do in Bailu's in the front.
Hold on, I need to heal.
more of a Donkey Kong Country kind of thing.
That's fair.
That's what I picture.
Profound. Coil snake.
Yeah,
First enemy in the game.
that'll do. Oh, where is anything?
What's going on? What's going down this hallway?
It's going into this next room. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
I just got a text from my wife saying that one of her tires is blown out, and I have to go rescue her.
Oh God.
Oh no.
She bought a new car a couple of years, only 2 years old or something, and I guess she must have thought she had a spare tire and didn't. I don't know what's going on.
Does it
Ooh,
not
that's,
even have a donut?
that's no good.
I
Yeah.
have no idea why she doesn't.
No,
Shit,
new cars don't come with tires or donuts necessarily these days. It's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really shitty. Do you have the roadside assistance for the insurance?
I don't know what she has. She just
You might still
Yeah,
actually have it on the car itself. A new car, like I remember when I got my last time I had a new car, they had like that for the car for like 4 years.
Here's
I
what
get
I'll
the
do.
feeling she just called the roadside assistance.
I'm gonna go ahead and describe this next chamber, and then I think I might have to go rescue my wife.
Yeah, that seems
okay.
like a good idea.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah.
In this
Especially because
room,
if you don't, it's recorded.
in this room, looking off to the left, there are piles of debris. What looks like debris, but as you look it over, you see it looks much newer. It's not like a pile of rubble. It's not ancient. It hasn't been sitting here for thousands of years or whatever. It looks like the pieces of stonework and machinery against the back wall from this room that Ssah'ra was investigating that had been piled up here. So that's over here. I'll draw a little circle for you guys, and then you can label it however you like. And for some reason, it's just going to be this bright pink.
That's more of a flesh color.
Is this a wall?
That's a
right
wall.
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
Sol-
for my
solid
edification,
wall.
Oh, that didn't
Okay.
actually do that. That's good enough.
And then looking through the north area here, a broken... Oop, hold on. I grabbed the wrong line tool. That's my fault.
Yeah, I did that.
Broken portcullis. Pause for
Go ahead,
Raz.
Raz.
Portcullis. It's
Oh.
broken.
So at one point there was an iron bar, a portcullis that had lowered across here, but it's been cleaved through with some kind of magic. Nazirr, standing this close to it, if it's a cut of any kind, it is the cleanest, smoothest cut you've ever seen done to metal before.
It's pretty hardcore.
We got cut during magical.
So
something.
you can squeeze through this portcullis. It's not open,
Yeah,
but enough of the bars have
squeeze
been
through there.
cleaved through. And when you stand here, your next crocodile friend is standing guard in the back of the room and eyes you
Oh,
with
good.
murderous intent. And
Sounds good.
I feel terrible because I had to bail on you guys last week, and I got to bail on you again. I'm always bailing these days.
Go save your wife.
Yeah, go rescue
I feel like-
Peanut.
Like, I'm not on a time crunch. Like, I should stop and like get McDonald's on the way.
Isn't it like 1,000,000,000 degrees outside?
It was 108 here yesterday.
She's not outside by the car. I guess she got it into a parking lot, and they're inside of a store. Our niece is staying with us, so they were out at the beach earlier. So they got this. Apparently, this happened on the way back from the beach. So
Terrible.
let's run
Check
through
under.
let's run through blips real quick.
Okay.
I'll get this done at least. Let me do your math for experience points. There are.
Remember, we killed 18 of those guys.
You killed 18 of those guys, right? Everybody's going to take 900 experience points for the 3 crocodile men that you took out.
Sounds good.
What are blips worth?
Excellent question.
533, I believe, at 9th level.
Yeah, 533.
What was 900 XP?
Yeah, 900 for
Yep.
the combat so far.
Okay.
Yeah, these guys are big boys, and then I souped them up. So I had developed their stat block last time you were in here with the understanding that if you got into combat with one of them, they were probably just going to destroy you.
Yeah.
But now that you came back level up, I think they're just a fair challenge straight across. All right, who wants to make let's see if we can do this quickly. Who wants to make a case for some blips?
I can go.
I heard Destil first.
All right, I've got lawful neutral. Each works for the good of all. For his plan to let the kobold out on the way out, so he's incentivized to make sure that we survive.
Okay.
I got exceed all expectations for ending the crocodile encounter in a round.
Yeah, that went quick.
And I've got I've got serenities. There is only now for determining the perfect method via time travel shenanigans to find out exactly what's going on in the present.
All right, who's next?
Sure, I'll go.
Raz, what you got?
Alignment neutral, good. Go by the book. If that doesn't work, go with your heart. Concern for current Nerium safety, Benny tries to listen in on their conversations in private.
Okay.
Ideal, everyone is redeemable. For shooting down the plan to send future Nerium to the ship, where Tenacity would probably throw her in the brig.
Probably.
And then flaw, does it fear us? The static spiders. I should just use static for his name.
No, static
does
is
it
something
fear
else.
us? Okay. Well, I know what it is. In a horny rage, Benny smites one of the crocodile.
All right, who's next?
And then gets a critical miss.
I can go next.
All right, what you got?
Alignment neutral evil. You're gonna take the chains, which is lawful evil. You deserve what's coming to you. That would be trying to break the ice on the portcullis.
Oh, good. You're catching on.
Does he even know what the reference is? Or is he just
He might. Have
do
you
know.
seen season 16?
what else you got?
Ideal, the yuan-ti empire must rise from the ashes. That would be leaping away from the crocodiles before she got eaten.
Yeah, there's not much empire if you get eaten
Yeah, you gotta save the emperor.
beforehand.
And then flaws, people are means to power. That would be giving food to the kobold.
Okay. Nazirr, you got anything for me?
Yeah, I got something. I've got my flaw. Everything would just be so much better if they listened to me for offering a Gias to the kobold to get out of his cage.
Okay.
I have my alignment, neutral evil. Everything is expendable. If Benedict is in danger,
his intent was to march that fake Nerium back to the ship for Double Owl and Tenacity to attempt to science out what the hell this creature is.
Sure.
That is clearly not Nerium.
Clearly not.
Clearly not. And for my ideal, I am taking Queen Aas for take what's worth taking, keep what's worth keeping. Is clearly fake Nerium isn't worth keeping, so let's just take the real Nerium.
Wow. And then what does Nerium have for me?
Neutral evil, everything is for my own amusement, for agreeing with myself about myself that dealing with myself is just the worst.
What else do you have?
Rule number 17, confidence is key, for agreeing with myself in a conversation with myself that Ssah'ra is actually the worst person that she has ever met.
What else do you have?
For my flaw, rule number 9, there's no situation you cannot get out of without a bigger lie. For asking everyone to leave the room so that she could continue her the whole thing about I'm not who I say I am.
Okay.
But Nerium's been honest about that.
Nerium's been honest about what she's lying about.
Yeah.
Who had the most creative solution to a problem this session?
I do want to put myself forward to try and trap fake Nerium with a lie.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And who did the most to further the party's goals this week?
Let's see.
I didn't write anything down for any of these.
Sahn for trying. I want to say Sahn for trying to suss out the exact mechanic, the metaphysical, timey-wimey mechanics of how there are 2 Neriums.
Destil just trying to calculate a temporal pi.
Again, I've found a perfect system for detecting the present.
Who was the badass?
Ssah'ra for cutting down that one. Basically being aggro mode on all of these serpent guys, but specifically for cutting this one down.
Okay. And who was intangible?
I'm gonna give that to Benny for being horny.
He is very horny. He's very angry about all of it.
For embracing the horniness in a useful way.
He's been very angry this session.
All right. So we're going to do this. So Sahn, you have 5 and earned 4.
Yep, I'm gonna come in with 6.
And then everybody else already has 6. So Nazirr, you earned 4. Benny earned 4. Nerium earned 3. Ssah'ra earned 4.
Sorry, what were these worth again?
533.
5 through 3.
All right. I have texted Peanut. So I guess I'm going to go out there in my gym shorts and brave the public.
Don't let them eat you, Brick Road.
I'll try.
Godspeed. Good
All right.
city.
See you guys next week.
Yeah, be
Later.
safe out there. Hope everything's
Later.
okay.